Hello, WB. Empty? What do you mean? Empty stream? What do you mean? Come on. What happened? The stream is never empty. It just started. Look at this. Look at me. Also a dungeon, and then we go to with a raid, and then we do content. It's like what do you call it? Poly people. People. Tasie mleczko. Yeah. And then we will, after this, we will gladly look at the debate because I've been very suspicious of what's been going on with, after the debate with Kafals. I've been very, you know what's it called? Suspicious. What the heck? Come on. What is this ugly fella? Eden. Look! Eden has many breasts. Do you see all those boobies on the chest? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Over 15 boobies! Oh, I'm censoring the boobies. Wait. That's not good. There you go. The boobies have been uncensored. Over 15 boobies. Look, look. So many boobies. You understand the power of the boobies? There are so many. Too many to count. Too many to fathom. Look, so many of them. So many. An infinite amount. It's true. There are too many to count, I'll show you. Look at all of them. Uncountable amount. Come on. Yeah. And this is why. Yeah. This is a den. A very theatrical fight, you will see. We are trying to save my friend, who's been kidnapped and whose memories are being erased. Gaia! I help you, Gaia. Come on. My friend's name is Gaia. You understand me? My feelings? You'll see in a moment. Oh, really? See?
なぜそっとしておいてくれない。ここに早急にお前たちが必要ない。その存在ごと記憶の彼方に消し去ろう。
ガイアの記憶につなぎます。思い出を守って。
邪魔よ。
The memories.
すごくサクサクだね。
意外といけるじゃない。
しょ。ほらもう一個半分ずつしよう。
I protect my friends' memories.
あれ、どうして欠けたクッキーなんて。
思い出から私だけが消えていく。
虫けらめ。ねえ見て、ネックレスにして正解。
すっごく綺麗。絶対ガイアに似合うよ。
え、私が言ってるの？だってこれはリーンだ。
Oh. It is an MMO, yeah. Final Fantasy 14.
色あせた。
Oh.
氷のネックレス。なんでこんなものを。
このままじゃガイアの心が空っぽに。
目障りね。
Oh.
この口紅どうかな。
やだ、それじゃ私と一緒じゃない。リーンにはこっちの色に来い。
We protect my friend.
私のじゃない。誰かに。
そんなガイアの思い出がもう。
理想郷から去れ。今こそ調和がもたらされる。活性自衛隊の極み、希望のそのエデン。
Oh.
消し去るのとでも。希望のそのほころびだ。
Come on. Yeah. Raiding.
大地の権利を再生する。
We destroy the enemy. And then happy ever after. It's true. Uh-oh. Destroy you! Uh-oh. I died! I died! Raise me! Resurrect me! Come on! Second win! Bloodbath! I died again. Oh no, I didn't die. Oh, I thought I died. I should trust myself more, my judgment. My inner judgment. The boss is almost slain. What a weak enemy. Weakling! Uh-oh. Are you ready to destroy? Interesting design on the boss. Hey, look at this. Alright. Ready? I escaped from this place. Come on. Yeah. We have done this. We defeated the big ball. We defeated the big ball. Okay. It's time, Gigglers. It's time for the big event of today. The big event of today is I'm gonna move the game. I'm gonna change the title. Poly people debate. Come on. I know you came here for this. I know you are here for this. So we will do it. I will deliver. I will deliver what you always wished for. I will deliver your biggest desires. Are you ready? The debate, it's true. The debate is here. And now we will watch it. After having watched the debate of the debate between Kefals about this person. And now we watched. This is going to be giggly time. Okay, let's go.
My audience might be surprised that they're hearing this, but I feel like you're kind of a breath of a fresh air talking to you directly like this, because now we're talking about the right thing. Reachable. Finster, hey, I'm down to chat tonight briefly if you're down. Don't have a ton of time, but I'm free for a bit. Finster, what's up, friend of the stream? Pop
Not for long? Or
in
maybe
Discord if
no?
you like. We could talk right now. I appreciate that.
Is it not
Yeah,
for
well,
long?
You know what, to be honest,
Okay.
we're gonna start this discussion with maximum charitability. Here we go. Friend of the stream, Finster.
There you go.
Hey, Hey, how are you doing?
Why didn't you start with Cafarzo maximum charitability? Is it because Finster is like a maximum size content creator?
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to make. Let me turn on my camera.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate that too.
Oh my god, I hate this guy. Well, there you go. You're gonna have to forgive me. I look like shit.
There you go. Pfft, look like shit. Never. Never. You look great.
Thank you. You too. Your stream, like 3x videos.
All right.
Anyway.
So hey. So.
Hey.
First
I'm
off,
beginning
I know
to be
you were
suspicious.
disinclined to talk, and so you changed your mind. So that is heartening to begin with. So I thank you for that right off the
I DM'd you a
bat.
good couple. Thanks. I DM'd you a good couple paragraphs on Twitter, but my main thing is just like I'm not like a political commentator, I guess. So I'm not big on arguments. It's not my type of content. But I explained a good amount of stuff. But I had some time free. You seem like fun.
Oh, good. Well, then I'm glad. Hey, you know what? I got a bad reputation, but I'm easy. You know, I'm actually easy. If you
I don't know what you mean. You sound so nice. I think Keffel sort of has a terrible opinion of you now, though.
Oh, well, you know, what are you gonna do? Like, Keffels, you know, like.
I'm easy. I'm easy. Easy.
What I'll tell you publicly, I'm nothing
publicly.
if not honest. So, like, my opinion was, well, you know, like, you've built a following off of what you do, so it's not. You can tell me I'm wrong, but you know, my take is you'd be super inclined to make any changes that are likely to hurt what's built the brand. You know, so like the thing that really upset me. The thing that upset me is Keffel's running defense for you, and that's what I told her. Like
see.
that pissed me off real bad, especially because the defense was horrendous. Like, you're jealous, or the trans community are like whining bitches. Essentially, she didn't say that. She,
What? You're jealous or the trans community are whiny? Nobody said that. Who said that? Kefars did not say that.
we're
We watched the debate. That was never said. Like, do you remember that being said? Press giggle in chat or boom 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 in chat if you remember. Like, press giggle in chat if you think this is what happened. I don't think this is what happened. But if you think this is what happened, then you can, like, press giggle in chat while I reset my avatar. Do you think that was Kefar's defense, that she's jealous, or just that trans community is being whiny? I'm not sure if that was my perception.
traumatized and overreactive, and I thought that was pretty shitty.
I thought it was, well, it's one of those things where she told, when I got that opinion, I was like, okay, that's cool. It's not an opinion that I can have. It's it seems a bit more dismissive.
I did notice that, by the way. I was like, how is Finster the one who's pushing back on Keffels? Like, what? I was blackpilled. I'm like, god damn, you know, like.
I don't know what I'm voting, but if I vote giggle, come on.
Okay, we're fucked. We're fucked as a community. But you know.
So the thing with
Blackbeard, Duckbeard. Don't be Blackbeard, don't be Redbeard, only be Duckbeard.
Keffels. So I DM'd you about it, but I'll give you a quick run.
Yeah.
It's much faster for me to talk. But the thing with Keffels and that call was, I DM'd Keffels off anything. I wasn't planning on streaming with them or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
With her, not
I
with
just
them.
wanted their input. They're like the most.
Her input.
Because I'd spoken to Aoife, who was another person that and I've been mispronouncing their name the entire time saying Aoife, but Aoife, I believe is right. And she was one of the people that made one of the bigger tweets about it. And then I spoke to her in DMs, but she went to bed pretty early, and she said in DMs that she was wrong about the topic with thing. And then when I spoke to Faye on the Keffels thing, you know, it was we came to the conclusion that basically I was scared about the idea of queer baiting, and I think that's where most of the time. So I've heard a little bit of your opinions about it.
Yeah.
I think this
Okay.
is where we differ. Is that I see so many people. I've been in Minecraft for so long, and I hear
Yeah.
like the queer baiting thing pop up.
Yeah.
I have not played Minecraft much in my entire life.
I think the difference with our opinions, you can stop me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but like, you tend to not give me the benefit of the doubt in it because you think it's more calculated than it is. Where I'm trying to, I know what content works. I think we both know that this is like a popular form of content that I found,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Yeah, but we know who Kefares is.
But it's, if I didn't do the strictly like saying I'm a guy all the time, I don't know if you have the same issue as Faye, but Faye's issue was that me saying I'm a guy all the time reinforces that the whole like trans people are just men in dresses, which is fucking
Yeah,
know,
no,
I can get
no.
the
I mean, that's
idea
not my
of it,
take.
but-
So, like,
Isn't it? Wait,
Sure.
see,
didn't you say that that was your take exactly? That it promotes trans tropes, and that basically some bigot could come to Polly next and say you're just a guy?
like, it's a nuanced issue that should be had primarily among the like. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the queer baiting thing is a little bit of an aside. It's tied into the whole thing. Like my primary problem, if I had to,
Right.
really sort of lay it out, is the when you're sort of not super, when you're not trans, you
When
can
you're not super trans? You cannot cross-dress?
fall prey to in the pursuit of content creation, fall prey to like failing to recognize how society is generally transphobic and playing into that. So like I think that there's a lot of content that I've seen that's old, like the "it's ma'am" thing that I saw and it fucking enraged me, right? Because
so I
hold on.
DM'd you about that one.
Okay,
Yeah, sure.
but hold on. That was just a snapshot of like the difference between how trans
So it feels once again, it feels like a content creator cannot be a cross-dresser because it's a trope.
phobia affects a trans person versus somebody who's not trans, right? It was clear that you could play along with these people and like sort of like laugh at trans people, but it's pretty harmful, It's hurtful to me because people do that to me all the time, like
Right.
whenever because I mean, you've seen my shit now, like I'm pretty aggressive, and so like
I'm not aggressive. I'm pretty giggly.
like inevitably somebody does the "it's ma'am" thing. I was like, "It's ma'am," and I'm like, "Fuck you," And so to see you, that was super enraging.
It's so not funny.
Well, transphobia, transphobes
Transphobes aren't very funny.
they're not a funny group. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not super creative.
no.
They're not super funny. So like, it's no surprise the same shit reigns supreme.
so-
But yeah, go ahead. Okay, now you can talk.
So what's the problem of a content creator cross-dressing? Because bigots exist. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, sorry, you might have to coach me here. I don't want to do a debate. I just sort of felt like talking.
I'm not debating you.
Hello, Elvin. Yeah. Also, is my cynicism kicking in? How big is this person? How big is Finster? Because I'm starting to see a pattern to who poly people is nice to and charitable, quote unquote, and who poly people is not charitable and nice to, okay? Let's see, Finster, size. $400,079K subscribers, so 500,000 almost. Let's see, Lunderbox. 100 over 100K subs, right? Kefarso 44K. I don't know.
I hope
Alright,
hope you don't get the feeling that I'm debating you. I was debating Keffels a little bit.
No.
All right, okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm here for understanding and love.
You were debating Kefarso a little bit. You're for understanding and love. Well, we'll see, I guess.
Oh, that's very sweet. Me too. The thing that I was saying
We'll see.
before, the thing I reached out to Keffels for was just
Oh, the Twitch. Finster Twitch. Mm. $600K followers, more than YouTube. Okay.
like an opinion because I think I said on that I said on a video that I tweeted about the charity thing, it was like that I get that this is an area that I'm very new to, and that it's like, you know, that there's going to be missteps, and there were missteps in the past because I said I've been pretty vocal about it. I know you don't, I don't think you watch really my content because I have heard a couple
Right.
things that you've misquoted me on, so
Okay.
I don't think that you watch most of it. Especially the I don't really want to say it, it's really I've heard my
Right,
chat's
thanks.
like we've banned that word, the T word.
Right. Sure. I mean,
And-
yeah, like you have to understand, like the banning of the
That one I've
word
never-
doesn't mean that,
I just never referred to myself as that, and when you were talking,
Banning of the word doesn't mean anything. Just the fact that you practice cross-dressing at all means that you are furthering the trope, and it means that it's just unacceptable.
to Keffels, I
There you
watched the
go.
Keffels thing.
yeah.
It was Keffels didn't really have a good argument to make because you're making it seem like I was using that word or I was referring to myself in that way. I get the basis of like it's in
Yeah.
the same zone of what people like
Yeah.
that did. I'm trying to distinguish myself from that
Well,
because it seems really gross.
Well, okay,
I'm
okay,
not,
but hold
you
on.
know,
Yeah,
it's
I
only
mean,
the use of the word.
well, so this is all. This is just part of the problem, right? Is so like.
Sure.
Your avoidance of the word doesn't help, right? Like, so the reason why Keffels like conceded to the trap characterization is because she knows as well as I do the word is not is only part of the power. It's you can still do trap content when you don't, even if you ban the word trap. Like it's
Yeah.
This is the infuriating response that I get from your mod who's been all over me, like
Who was
sea
it?
lioning the fuck out of the play. I don't know.
Like, basically saying that he's being transphobic just by cross-dressing and presenting feminine. So it's a content creator who's a cis boy and he cross-dresses. You know? And poly people's argument is, I guess, that he is not trans, therefore, by cross-dressing, he is furthering transphobic tropes, and poly people had a debate with Keffals about this. And my video covering the debate is on the channel, you can watch it, you know?
I blocked him
me.
eventually. I can't remember.
Was it John?
Hold on a
Ring a
second.
bell? It's gotta be John. It's gotta be John. He's real quick. He's real quick to debate.
Yeah. Well, I was like, dog, I'm fucking done. So I blocked him or whatever. But like, he like brought up this defense, and I just, I assumed he was being bad faith, right? But it could, if I'm looking at it more charitably, I could just say, look, this is just another instance of just ignorance, right? Like you.
Yes. Poly people seems to be getting upset that a person is cross-dressing as a content creator and therefore furthering transphobic tropes.
You can still do trap related content and further trap related fears and trap related.
Because bigots will not distinguish between a cis cross-dresser and a trans person, and bigots will come to poly people and say, you're also a cross-dresser, but we really shouldn't mold queer spaces around how bigots will react, right? I don't think it's a healthy way to mold spaces. You know?
Transphobia without using the word, right? You don't have to say the N-word to further racism, right?
Like,
I get well.
that comparison is really erroneous. Really, the comparison does not apply on any level. Because a cross-dressing cis person is not a cis person doing like some blackface, you know? An equivalent of blackface. Cross-dressing is not blackface, quote unquote. Yeah, well, no, Daniel, because poly people said during the debate with Kefals that drag queens are caricatures, quote unquote.
So the only thing that I was bringing up was when you did talk to Keffels, it was like a very clear that I used this word or I refer to myself in that way. I think specifically you said he's referring to himself as this, and I don't do that. And I think when she's heard that, she sort of had to then, she was shifting her argument. It made it, you know, like I get the.
Well, here I'll give you
I don't know. I don't know their stance on self-ideas. That is a good question.
an example. You know, like
but that's the only reason why I brought that up.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
specifically that.
okay.
There's more to that.
Well, okay.
But,
So like.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go. I'll let you go because I have I have a recent example that's sort of like, you know, if you like.
Good, because mine was off topic, so I just want to slip something in. It was the so I DM'd you about it on Twitter because I don't want to leak any DMs, but you asked me.
Oh, I don't care. You know, I
um,
mean, you could say whatever you like. I don't ever say anything in DMs I wouldn't say in public, so you could feel free to like even read whatever you like.
You mentioned about like you mentioned that it was disappointing I didn't want to talk to you, and I am, so hello.
Yeah, I know, right? So there you go. I rescind my comment on that, and I said you didn't want to elevate trans voices, but you know you're doing that now. It's you're lending a little bit of credit, clout my way. That's fine. You know, that's cool. I appreciate it.
It'll be a good YouTube video to upload.
Yeah.
There's like, what's it called? So I sent you a good couple paragraphs, and it'd be too long to read them all off. But essentially, I'll summarize with the. So you mentioned before, why is it problematic content you're so sorry about still up? And it depends what you mean. So what I responded was it depends what you mean. The line gets drawn differently. Specifically that joke, I feel shitty about that joke. It was from a video 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When I was like, again, very different person. We can go into that too if you want, but that was a very different person, and I think the internet was a different time. But
well, it's gone now. It's taken down.
So that joke's out of there. That was the only thing that I had. People seem to have an issue with, but I don't really have an issue taking those videos down. I haven't, but it's mainly just because I guess that was the main thing.
I can't help but to think the bumpkin view she will get from this affects why she's not so aggressive to him. She has been to Kefals and others. Yeah, that is an interesting thing, isn't it?
People had a problem with, but I edited that out. I felt bad about that one. I didn't want
The
to.
bigger the content creator, the less aggression we are seeing. This is like a interesting mathematical formula. We are experiencing here mathematics. Interesting.
Into that sort of thing, and that was something I could immediately do. And usually when you watch the
So calm, so patient, so charitable. Very interesting, Giglans, very interesting. Come on. Yeah.
I've stopped making those. The last one was over 2 years old.
Yeah.
It's the sort of content that needs to be done right. I don't want to further into the tricking people narrative. There was even a thing recently that you don't know about, but I'll give you some ammunition here against me.
Okay.
There was a part of my stream 4 streams ago, like within the month.
Okay.
Just before Christmas,
Christmas?
I've been trying to like voice train a good bit. I just can't fucking get it. That shit's hard as hell.
It is difficult.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't care. I'm not, yeah, it's just not my thing.
I've tried. It's a pain in the ass, but I'm doing it. So I wore like this mask on stream, and for some reason it created this like good sense of like dissociation between my voice and me. So what I ended up doing on stream was this sort of shitty thing I didn't realize I was doing, but it carried on for like a good 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Where I was parodying a hot tub streamer where I'd wrote like big pink text up top saying like fucking one more sub and I'll change my bikini and shit. It was just sort of memeing around. And in that joke specifically, I was trying to do a female voice with the mask on and specifically going like, gotcha, and I didn't like that. And looking back on it, it felt gross.
That's all fine until the gotcha. Like I've been straw man to hell on this. Like
I have a lot.
You dressing up in a.
I have a long, long way ahead of me before my voice is any good. Okay, I have a lot of training left to do. I have like come on, you know what I mean.
Fucking bikini and looking hot as an AMAB person, like fuck, dude, like I'm all for that. Who is not for that? It is bad faith that all of your fans who say that I'm wrong.
I mean, you keep saying that a content creator who is not trans just furthers tropes. Oh, WB, are you here from the Finster community? Hello. Welcome to the Lucia the stream. I thought I saw you maybe here before. But wait, are you actually new here, WB? Yeah, Finn is nice looking. Finn is better looking than me in real life. This is why we have to defeat him. Come on. Yeah. If anything's jealous, it's me. If anyone's jealous in here, then it's gotta be me, right? Ducks are famously jealous and envious creatures, you know? Hello, Gabrielle. We are here today to be envious and jealous and angry.
Wrong on this. Fuck you, since you're here. And I think you understand what I'm saying, right? It's really the trap content. You know, it's the sort of furthering. You know, like looking hot as an AMAB person is great. And it's like you're sort of hampered with not being trans and being able to, you know, right out the gate tell when you've crossed the line. And even I have room for that.
Do you mind explaining that just real quick? So, like when I cross the line, I'm not being hampered by it. Sorry.
Well, like when you do like the extra step. So like you do something that's completely like you can't critique, right? Looking hot in a hot tub, kind of even like mimicking hot tub streamers as an AMAB person. That's edgy. That is that's good. It breaks down barriers. It's all the stuff that we like, right?
Is it really that edgy? And maybe in reality, Luciaze is the most hardcore of everybody. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm hardcore, maybe I'm a rebel, maybe I'm a dark rebel, but I don't really see a sign made at birth, cis guy dressing sexy for a hot tub as edgy? Like, how is that edgy? What? What's the edgy part about it? Where's the edge? Where's the edge?
Then the I fooled you, I'm actually a guy. That's the thing that becomes
Yeah.
problematic because it plays into transphobic tropes. And unfortunately, Keffels did a disservice for us all when she said, "Well, if you're attracted to Finn in that situation, you are gay." I'm like, that's not how gay works. But okay, you know.
Oh yeah,
you know,
that's-
like,
God Lord. I mean, well, that's an old meme with the whole, you know, a femboy's gay. Whatever, it's like a femboy's gay.
well, right, but like, so like that's something that
I'm on
you.
this side of it's not.
Well, right. So like, one of the other ways that you can approach, you know, a thing
I want makeup artist partners,
like this in a
but I don't have nobody. Nobody.
problematic way is to be like, "Lol, you're gay," and I've seen you do that pretty recently.
Lol.
And that is a variation
yeah,
on
the
the
bunny
trap
thing.
joke. Like, it's So like,
Oh, so with that one, so this is the
If you like me, you're gay no matter what your gender is. Girl, you're gay. Boy, you're gay. Non-binary, you're the most gay. Okay? But it's okay, because on this stream, it's okay to be gay. Bam! What now? What now? You're under arrest. Yeah. Well, we defeated the evil trope. What now, gigglers? What now? Yeah,
thing. So this is what
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
it is. So it's usually a thing with the tweets, right? Because
Yeah.
we're not really discussing like much of the content I make because it'd be really unfair to have you judge, like have you look at everything I do, and you know, because it's hours and hours of content, it would be insane. It's hundreds,
Yeah.
thousands of hours. So like,
yeah, and I'm kind of a
On
boomer.
Twitter,
I'm going to be honest with you, so it's not really my speed, you know. But you know, I do. You know,
I don't have the goddamn time to go research random fucking people. on the
Boy,
internet.
boomer. Whatever you say,
You know, I
boomer.
don't have the time to look.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. I'm bisexual, panromantic, lesbian, non-binary, trans, so standing too close to me makes you gay. It's true! It's true.
Look at my content, so I get it.
Yeah.
The more gay you are, the more gay you become. Is my deep, deep message to you all today.
You see what it is on Twitter, and that's the image that I am in whole.
Yeah.
So like, and thumbnails from YouTube because no one's gonna watch all of them. So like, and
Thumbnail.
that's one thing too that I'm sure we can talk about. But the fucking I've lost my point. It's like 3 a.m.
Poly people's not even showing
okay,
the
sorry,
chat. Where the poly people chat on the screen?
The gay thing on Twitter.
Yeah.
That
Oh, it's still pronounced woman. Okay.
was in the Red Bunny one. I think it was like you like guys now or something.
Right. Right.
you know,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I
no.
wonder if so that one so fair. That one I sort of wonder though. Where's the line in terms of how? So if I wasn't wearing like a bunny suit, if I was like
Yeah.
if I was shirtless, would
Right.
it look like this? Well, like so I've got a photo I tweeted out, just me, just shirtless, right?
Shirtless? That's not safe for work. Don't be shirtless. Oh no! I am hiding my face and I'm all red. It's true.
Tweeted out the same thing of like me looking very like or more masculine because I look like this all the
I
time.
would have been very blushing.
I can't
Yeah.
really stop that.
I
but,
would
like,
be blushing all
If
over.
it was me
the
very
face.
clearly masculine and tweeted out the same thing, different effect or no?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're, God, there's, okay, so like at least, God, so at least we're having the right
Sorry, you might have-
conversation.
Sorry, yeah.
At least, I feel like you're kind of my
What, a brain? A break? A British person? Ah, thank you.
audience might be surprised that they're hearing this, but I feel like you're kind of a breath of a fresh air talking to you directly like this because now we're talking about the right thing. You know, we're talking about like, okay,
As the biggest censor around, I will tell you, of course we would censor all the nipples. Arrest the nipple. I don't know, stop cross-dressing because cross-dressing is bad.
Okay, well, is there a place, one just saying you're gay, lol,
Bravo för shaded kafals.
is generally going to be problematic. Because you're like fanning the flames of homophobia and transphobia. And so
Being
like
clear, I said I've decided you like guys now. I never made like a you're gay thing like it was a bad thing to be.
yeah, but it's
Different. It's a very
Yeah, it is different, right? It is like this analysis of maybe sexuality is not what you thought it was, huh? I personally think this is an interesting thing to do. Maybe sexuality just is not what you thought it was,
noticeable difference of thing though. It's worth noting.
well, it's still along the wrong lines, right?
Is it?
Like it's
You can make that argument.
if you said like but you're not wrong when you say that there is a line that you could maintain being on the right side
Wow. This person's hair is nice.
of and still be edgy enough. You know what I mean? Like if you were to say you like guys now, like that's a good message too, right? Because like people's sexuality is more.
Maybe I should be with poly people on this. I'm getting jealous. Giggles.
more open than a lot of people think it is, right? So I
have to contain myself.
can feel like there's room for that.
Contain my jealousy.
Damn, the trans community takes a lot of strays from that. So like, I don't know there's a lot of things that I see that are like that, but like the problem with Twitter.
Give me your hair. I said before, but this is the absolutely no people not out and queer in queer spaces thing that hurts lots of queer people. Yeah.
Is it gives too much room for people to take the wrong message. Like you can't have a nuanced discussion on Twitter. So like I don't know
It's built for arguments, man. It's crazy.
Well, right. And so like, Twitter
you.
is a natural place where like people
Strays. Oh no.
can get hung up on your content, because if you're saying lol, you
What are strays?
guys now, that's the same a lot of time, or that's not functionally different from the purpose of like furthering transphobia is lol, you're gay now. And
I'm not sure I agree. I think I will repeat once more that it's more along the lines of maybe you should rethink sexuality as you understood it till now.
just because somebody is even a cis man who like wants to like or thinks a femboy is hot, that doesn't even necessarily make you gay even, it's just
that's a
it's
whole
just,
different thing.
yeah, right.
But that's not
right,
what I
it's-
said is the
it's
thing.
like
That's why I wanna
shaming
draw
people.
that's-
Yeah, like
Yeah, well, that's why I want to draw the line, because
Yeah.
I would never I think we can both recognize the difference. If I tweeted out a photo of me looking like a girl and went, "Ha, lol, you're gay," then
Yeah.
it's a different vibe. You might call it on the same sort of thing, but tweeting out a photo of me and saying, "I've decided you like guys now," while I'm a guy, I'm not saying like anything's bad. I'm not giving any negative connotation. That's why I want to draw the line. I wouldn't ever say it like that specifically. It makes it easier to talk about if we're quoting me directly.
well, if I
'Cause I
dare
also want
say,
to know exactly where the line is too. That's
well,
a big thing.
So you say like, "Oh, you're gay," and though you don't intend that it makes gay people look bad or something.
I mean, unfortunately for you, you're at a disadvantage that you're cis, right? So like, you're not going to have a feel for where the edge is.
so oppressed.
Well, I'm just telling you, like, there's a reason how. I mean,
Disadvantage.
I think you.
That's, I don't know. This is getting into some weird territory that you're at disadvantage from being cis. Like, this is a bit weird.
You would at least admit, if you're being fair, that you've grown your platform, quite successfully on the back of realities of the transphobic society we live in, right?
Wait. People are not just transphobic. The society we live in is also anti-gender, unconforming, being gender non-conforming. Cross-dressing is society is also anti-cross-dressing. You know?
You may have to explain that
Well,
more in depth.
well, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Like you
I will tell you.
are.
I will tell you.
You got a gift, right? Like you are a cis guy who can look like a hot lady, right? And that's not super. That's pretty rare. You know, it's pretty rare. And so like you converted that into like social media success. Like I think that's probably what driven your success. You would say, right?
Looking like a girl when guy, you know?
Yeah.
That very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's what made me most popular on Twitter.
Right. And you sort of lean into that.
Yeah,
Right?
but that's cross-dressing is about presenting feminine. That's cross-dressing. Cross-dressers want to present feminine. What's like... What? It's rare because I don't fit the bill. Okay? Elvin, you don't understand the... What's it? The borders, the scope of my jealousy. You don't understand. Some places you can openly go around being trans, some places you can't. It can be a lottery, true. But cross-dressing is about that. Cross-dressing is about presenting feminine.
Right. And of course, there's nothing wrong with that. And it's fine. But you could imagine just growing on that basis could, if you don't have, you know, somebody sort of explaining to you like where the line might be, you could see how you might have actually like sort of ventured into transphobic space, you know, like tropes at least, you know, in your content.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I do have an awful lot of trans friends. I mean, I'm not transphobic, I'm trans. But like, I've had a lot of people to check stuff through with, and I've known one of my I'd say my closest friend is a girl called Marisa, who's I don't know if you've heard of her. She's big on Twitter, but she's
No.
Oh well, I mean, she's
I'm big everywhere. You should check everything through me.
at my house for ages. Like she's lived at my house. I've lived at hers in Germany.
Yeah.
Like I've learned an awful lot about it, which sort of spurred on. It's without her, I think I'd know a lot less about trans issues and shit. And part of the idea for the charity came from her. But I do have people like that in my corner to check stuff with. But I wanted to clarify the whole grown off of transphobia thing because I'm not sure we agree on that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree that if you're a cross-dressing creator, it means you are growing off of transphobia. That's, I would say that it's a bit, what's the term that I would use? Nonsensical, you know? Nonsensical is the term that I'm looking for.
Well, I mean,
How would I have grown off transphobia?
I don't look nice. I'm not nice. Come on. Do you understand my feelings? Do you understand my feelings?
well, that, I mean, the sort of like, the like baiting guys into thinking you're a woman and then laughing at them on the Omegle thing, like that seems to be where you got your start, right?
I'd agree that's wrong.
Yeah, so like that's
I
kind
mean,
of thing.
we agree on that side of stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's how that.
Feelings.
I got but it would be unfair to say that's how I got like a big start.
Yeah, it's unfair to say.
Because
Okay.
the way it started was actually just like Minecraft tournaments and shit. Like I was just dressing up for again, this is some deep lore shit that I don't even think my audience knows
Yeah.
a ton of. But like my very first streams were like me on a Minecraft tournament. Like my girlfriend did my makeup at the time, and I
Yeah.
popped on. There was like it's no use going into the full story, but I did a you know, dressed up for it. People,
Okay.
you know, it's good. I never made any of that jokes in it. The stream's on YouTube if you ever want to watch it. And I did that a few times.
Like, you cannot say if a content creator is like cross-dressing, then it means that that it's to further transphobic tropes. Like, and she's clearly struggling to make it stick, but of course she's also much nicer because it's a much bigger content creator.
Times. The first month of me streaming was just playing like Minecraft and chatting with friends, CS:GO and shit, chatting with friends while I was just dressed up.
Yeah.
There was no money involved in it. It was just that. But the Omegle videos did well on YouTube. They didn't really expand to other platforms because they got so many views that like it's just random people that watch Omegle content and move on. It's like 14-year-olds. They don't follow to that sort of thing. And I've stopped making
If your fans don't know, it's not how you got popular, says Old Sig back.
that form of content. I don't think I'll ever make an Omegle video again because it's too easy to misunderstand my shtick. If I ever do something like that, I'll be fucking with the people on like the 4chan tag that like the first thing they ever say is like, "You'll never be a woman." They're fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
ugh, those people are insane.
I mean,
But that's it. But no, we agree. It's not a content form that I enjoy, and I don't enjoy making it, and I don't think it's good to exist.
He's the biggest trans streamer, FFS. He's not a trans. Oh my god.
Either. I'm back and forth on just deleting those videos.
Like, that is a trope, thinking that crossdresser is trans.
But I sort of, I don't know. I should have edited them myself, and there's a weird vanity to that. And like, you also don't get any views every month either.
don't let vanity get in your way of doing the right thing. Like I promise you, what I'm saying is actually. I mean, I hope at least at the very least this conversation, you know, you could come away with that I'm not unreasonable. You know, like I really, you know, I want you to do.
You really are pretty unreasonable. You were super unreasonable in your debate with Kefals. Extremely unreasonable. To put it into perspective, you were more reasonable than me. And I'm the most unreasonable person. Chat, am I not most unreasonable person? You know something's up if someone's more unreasonable than Lucy. You know something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call Lucy, the unreasonable person? You know? If you're purposely evoking a marginalized person, marginalized people to mock them, that's bad. But anyone should be able to dress anyway, at any time, for any reason. And yeah, I
I
know.
don't want to be super, you know, I'm not trying to cancel anybody here, notwithstanding that I lean into people's criticism of me by putting Queen of Cancel Culture on there. But
Directly said cancel me though, in quoting you.
when, where, how?
You said on your two. You streamed in roughly around the. I got linked to one of your stream and I watched it for a good bit. I didn't agree, obviously, but you said cancel him for
don't agree.
I'm not going to be able to get this directly, but it was something along the lines. You were hitting your chair at the time and going cancel him for either profiting off acting like a trans person or trying to be. Oh, it was trying to be as much like a trans person as a trans woman.
Right. Oh,
as
yeah.
something like that.
Okay. Thank you.
directly called a cancel.
Okay. All right. Fine. Sorry. I have no power to cancel you, so it's rhetoric, right?
Rhetoric. Oh, so now we're backing away. We are backing away. Oh, no, I have no power. It's just rhetoric. What is this Chad logic? This is Chad logic. Oh, it's just rhetoric. It's just name of the game. If you cannot stand this, then why are you even doing here? My gosh.
And again, I hasten to add, I'm super grateful that you're willing to talk to me. That's a plus. And
Okay.
therefore, you know, against cancellation, you're willing to talk to me.
All right.
I do have to say that there are. you know, the thing I was reacting to was that there was, you know, like you're certainly leaning into sort of, I mean, the trans timeline, the like, I'm a woman in quotes, even on your bio, like, surely you have to understand why, like, people might be like, you know, come on, ratchet it back a little bit. Like, you don't have to go that hard.
The bio thing is just
Doing a chat logicking. Logic.
the bio thing. I guess it's hard if you go look at just the bio. It's sort of hard to argue.
I know you have a big brain reason why it's okay, and some people might buy it. I'm just saying.
I know why you have a big brain reason for doing it, mate. And I know some people won't buy it, but I ain't buying what you're selling, mate. I ain't buying what you're selling, okay? Sheesh, what language. Some might buy it. I know this sort of rhetoric, you know?
Don't go that hard, right? Please, you can save yourself a lot of trouble. You know, when you don't put like a transition timeline, or here's my birth certificate.
Well,
like,
that's
like, get out of here, dude. Yeah.
Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
The birth certificate one was funny, and I maintain that.
Ducky geezer.
Timeline
Ducky geezer. Come on.
thing, I didn't like that wasn't meant as that, and because people, so there was a bit of a.
You know what I mean?
Or the
that
egg
was the main thing
jokes.
people had an issue with. The egg jokes.
Yeah, right. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's my chat though. That's not
Come
me.
on.
Right, but they're picking up what you're putting down.
I will.
You know, like. That's like saying it's not my fault.
So
my chat is radicalized against this streamer or whatever. I had nothing to do with that. You know, like like me, like I know I affect the fucking, you know.
Yeah, you do it on purpose and you love it. In fact, you are like this because your chat responds positively to it. This is part why you're so strangely aggressive all the time.
Well, I would say because I'm right? But like, you know, like what I focus to spend time, how I focus my time, the things that I say, the arguments I make, do color the way people see things in my chat, right? So like if a person in my chat, you know, like tries to make a point, it's not a defense to say, well, that's their opinion. Like I have nothing to do with that. You know, when my chat makes egg jokes, like that's, you know, like it's wrong to say that has nothing to do with you.
The egg's an interesting thing. So I don't actually know a good way around that. Besides like completely moderating against it, but I think it's a relatively harmless joke to me. Because so the reason why it always comes up, and I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on it. Because this is interesting. I don't know where to place this because no one's ever talked to me about this before besides you.
Stardew Valley.
The way that usually works is I'll stay like look, I my identity cis straight het, right? Very boring, but
Boring?
there is a lot of aspects of femininity that I enjoy.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
fun, you know. The
Unacceptable.
and
Sure.
Hello, Surfer Today. Hello, Surfer Today. It's unacceptable to cross-dress as a content creator. Be ashamed of yourself.
Who doesn't like that?
Exactly. Now, with stuff like, and I'll say something more like directly, like it's harmless to you. Yeah, I'd say. Well, that's sort of what I mean. That's why I want to get her opinion on it.
Yeah.
Which was like, sorry, I was reading your chat.
Never do
The
that.
streamer in me. I'm sorry. But like, I'll say like, so I've said stuff like, I think even when I'm done streaming, I sort of really like getting the nails done. I think they're cool, and I think.
Why is she so calm and I really wonder why is she so calm, nice, and charitable here, but was so aggressive, mean, and uncharitable towards Cafals? What is this? I can speculate right here, right now. Would you like me to? Would you like me to speculate some more? In addition to how I did before? Do I need to speculate? Come
The
on.
eyelashes sort of add to my look. I don't
Let's
know.
speculate.
I think they're pretty dope, and I'm gonna keep the long hair too.
The pay.
Like shit like that. the people tend to go like, have you never sort of questioned that you might not be as like cisgender as you thought? And that's the egg joke thing. Unless there's any insanely deeper meaning, but the trans in denial egg joke thing, I don't
it's a
know how it
close
would be
okay.
harmful of other people.
Well,
I
okay,
guess.
so
Where's that Penny?
it's a close call
But also,
because
should
like
I stop? Would I stop saying stuff like that, or would I moderate against people responding that way, or how would I go against it? But also, I want to know how it hurts people.
yeah, so like
Yeah.
this is this is not an uninteresting conversation, and it's not without nuance, right? Because
Extremely.
if
Like, she cannot go as hard also because he's being very calm. Well, Kefals was also being very calm. What am I talking about? That's what?
I think the problem, the question is, are you doing something?
The problem about joking about being an egg is that you are not trans. So how can you possibly explore possibly being trans if you're not trans? Got 'em, gigglers, got 'em. Do we got 'em or do we got 'em? Press 1 if we got 'em, and press 2 if we got 'em. Okay? There you go. Choose.
In bad faith or not. The problem with what you're doing, if it is a problem, would be more related to what you're doing looks essentially like what an egg would do. You know, like I could say, like, at one point I was like, no, I'm a cis man. I just like dressing pretty, right? You know, like I just like it when people respond to me as a woman. You know, eventually, like, it didn't take long once I got to that point, be like, fuck it, I'm just going to transition. So, like, I think you're playing into that. You know, like,
I want him to discuss with some other trans people. It could be a pretty interesting discussion. What the heck? Giggler, you're in the stream. What you're supposed to be saying now is I want him to discuss with Lucy. You should go into his streams and say, Finster, you should go and talk to Lucy Haze, okay? Come on. And then you should write, come on. Okay? There we go.
because
I think
He already talked to Kefals. Kefals already has a video talking to him. But I don't.
you're attributing malice to it or intent to it.
No,
And
I'm not attributing
on
malice.
live-
Yeah, but Vosh is not feminine presenting, so the bad thing is actually cross-dressing and presenting feminine, okay? Vosh is okay because Vosh obviously does not present as a woman. That's the point. Cross-dressing is bad and you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of your comment. You should be ashamed, deeply ashamed.
Because
Come
it's
on.
like it's planned out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I just sort of talk about their genuine things, their genuine opinions and their genuine thoughts that I have. It's just people tend to call them egg, you know.
Well, here's how you might deal with that. Is the egg jokes are a little bit toxic from our side. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like not everybody who fucking likes.
Hello, Shakespeare.
You know, dressing up femininely as an AMAB person is an egg. That's fucking nuts. Like, in fact, I would say the
Most maybe.
it's a minority of people that are eggs. You know what I mean? And not everybody that's a transphobe in the same vein is an egg. That's sort of suppressing it, right? And so, like, you could,
Quite graph that one.
yeah, well, you know, that's an in-family sort of accusation that happens a lot that I try to like cut down on. You know, so like it would be more of a you could turn it into a. Here's what I would do. You could turn it into a teachable moment. It's like, look, trans people.
What?
You know,
Let me tell you about what you should be thinking.
Well, that's why it could be a problem, right? You don't want to do it this way. You know, but you could say, look, I have a trans friend. She's named Polly. And she says that you need to just...
Why Polly? Why Polly in particular? Interesting.
and stop calling people eggs because it's toxic. And of course, you know, you could help that process by not doing transition timelines and sort of, you know, like.
We gotta talk about that because we disagree on that. But I'll finish it with the egg thing.
Okay. So like, just you know, you could be educational, and you wouldn't be wrong if you were to say, look. There are plenty of people that essentially do what you do. They can't pull it off, right? Because you got a physical gift, right? But they are happy,
I got
like
good lighting and makeup.
Yeah, well, okay, all right, okay. Well, you know.
You got to see me in real life. I'm real. I don't pull it off nearly as well.
Well, okay. Well, we'll have to take your word for it on that.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Big man. This is... What? What the heck? What's going on here? Yeah, whatever. You're a big man, yeah. Look how strong you are. What the heck?
But it's the
Online, yeah.
What you're doing, you know, cross-dressing is a perfectly fine thing. A lot of people engage in it, and they're not eggs, and I really just dislike the sort of turning everything into a trans thing, and I can see why if you have a trans audience and you're not like a trans person yourself, how that might get out of control, particularly when you sort of lean into trans like tropes. But I guess tell me why the transition timeline is all well and good, and I should shut up.
Let me
Tell me why you are not horrible. Tell me now in 5 words why you are not horrible or forever. Keep your peace. Okay?
thing.
There you go.
I want to finish
it's
that
fine.
and then be, because I think we somewhat settled the Omegle thing of just we both agree that was shitty. I'm not gonna do it again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and if it
Too late. Too little. Too late. Too late. Too little. Too late. Pack up your bags and never stream again. And give me all your viewers. If you want to atone, if you really want to atone for what you're doing, if you really want to, Okay, wait. Speaking of I'm being bad, so one moment I have to pick up the phone. A. Okay, I have done it. Apparently, Paul is no longer going to do Twitch politics content. I don't know, I just saw the stream live. I wasn't just stream. Just stream! You nerd. Polly seems like she'd get along with RGR. Oh no. That's not good.
Shitty, I don't know why it's still up, but you know, we'll let you rethink that.
Yeah, I gotta turn that channel into something useful. I don't know what yet, but either way, some other type of videos. But there was what's it called? Yeah, so the egg thing. From your perspective, if I added on a bit of a teachable moment to whenever it came up, of like you said, going, well, look, this is not everyone. I'm a bit of a unique circumstance. I don't personally mind you calling me whatever the fuck.
Sure.
Everything. You can
Sure.
stop, even if it's yeah.
Right.
But you know, this isn't a thing you should take outside of my streams. This is very clearly a joke. And don't, you know.
You know what? You have used more than 5 words to explain why you're not horrible, and that is why you are under arrest. You are under arrest. Okay?
Really extended to other people. I'm not. I didn't really. So I'm friends with a lot of the like the femboy crowd on
Sure.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I think I'm friends with like all of them that I know of. I've tried to make a effort to make contact of, and they all seem pretty solid with that. But I can get how that would cross into like real life sort of borders. Maybe
Yeah.
people thinking that everyone's trans that's gender non-conforming.
What? Do you mean Lucy is not? Lucy is not a great educator for entry point into these topics? Are you saying I'm not good enough? I want to be like Sister Lucy, but Twin Duckies, come on, it's true. You need to do more Jewish culture related content. Or Shakespeare, did you know? Just recently, I have found an article called Krakow, whether in Middle Ages or today, Jewish people have always been our treasure. And the article is about the fact that Jewish people are often not as they seemed. So it's sort of, I think the article might be implying, I have not read it yet, I have already read a bit, it might be implying that during World War II, the Nazis didn't know many Jewish people in Krakow because they did not present as people would expect, quote unquote, Jewish people to present. So I might read this article and then present my findings on the stream. Yeah. You know? You understand me? My feelings?
I guess that could be.
I mean, it would be. The answer just came to me. Like, you know, in
I'm about to get infamous? Why? What did I do? What have I done?
this is not an everyday thing, but like if the if the egg talk, for example, like kind of gets out of control, and you know, it could get you into hot water with people like me. You know, it's nice to have a trans person like maybe like say something, you know, say like, this is why, you know, you might want to do this. You know, if you have younger trans people, newer trans people, they might make mistakes like we all do, right? So like,
What would be the right thing to do with the egg thing? What should be my strat? As me, no, you know.
it's not a trans liberating thing to accuse non-trans people of being eggs, right? that doesn't help trans people, and it
That is... Wait, that's nonsense. What? Let me hear that again. Let me hear that again, gigglers. I will break this statement apart.
you know, if you have younger trans people, newer trans
I
people,
will
they might
drink.
make mistakes like we all do, right? So like,
What would be the right thing to do with the egg thing? What should be my strat? As me, no, you know.
it's
I
not a
can't speak
trans
first.
liberating thing to accuse non-trans people of being eggs.
What do you mean accuse? Accuse? Are you saying that being an egg is something bad? I mean, you usually accuse things of something wrong or something bad. You don't accuse things of things... You don't accuse people of neutral things or things that are good. Like, are you accusing me of being an amazing person? No, you accuse people of something wrong. So what do you mean accusing a non-trans person of being an egg? Why is this an accusation? What? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Right? that doesn't help trans people, and it almost turns into self-shame in a way. You know, like if you're a trans person saying, "Oh, you're just an egg because you want to like dress in femme," like that's almost reducing the trans experience to something that it's not. It's a self-own, I think, by people.
What? That is what? That's nonsense again.
That doesn't help trans people. And
Wait, also when someone's a neg, then by definition they are not aware consciously that they are trans, you know? Because they are a neg. That's the whole point of being a neg, that you are not consciously like aware, like that you are sort of maybe subconsciously in denial. Like the whole point, like for all we know, this person Finster might actually be a neg, and ironically, and one day, oh wait, I'm actually so feeling like a girl, and maybe, do you know? Right. Like, the whole point of being an egg is that you don't know, you know? That's the whole point.
it almost turns into self-shame in a way. You know, like if you're a trans person saying, oh, you're just an egg because you want to like dress in femme, like that's almost reducing the trans experience to something that it's not. It's a self-own, I think, by people that are doing that. And
I mean, I'm not sure if I could call it. I mean, I guess I can agree that people can just cross-dress. I guess I could agree here that people can just cross-dress and that being a woman is not what you wear, right?
and it would take...
I guess that's fair.
It's a
Okay,
nuanced
that's
point that could easily be delivered wrong. So, like, it's probably asking you too much to make that a teachable moment. It's almost like you want to find a trans person who is super, like, well-versed on these issues to talk about it.
Is this some secret way of saying you should let me handle it? You should let me handle it?
You know, like, not just any trans person is going to do it, because a lot of our stuff are
It's
fucked
true. Not just any trans person will do. It has to be poly people. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
up. You know, a lot of our stuff is like screwed up by society.
And so only poly people can unscrew it, I guess.
So that's just going to be, God, you know, like whenever you sort of hew close to trans issues, you're always going to run into problems because our issues are so difficult for other people to understand and so easily, so easily fucked up. You know, it's so easy to cross the line.
Yeah, like the evil Kefals did. But the poly people taught her a lesson.
It's just the nature of the territory.
I'm just writing. I'm so goddamn forgetful. I'm writing notes as we go.
Oh.
So there's a couple things I wanted to talk about as well, but that's good. So do you want to do the trans timeline thing?
Yeah.
So, okay, I get in hindsight how it was seen in that way. I understand it. I understand why it was seen that way.
Yeah.
But I guess it's really in this sort of thing. It's the intention of it. It's a very clear. So I thought making it's a very clear joke because this is like a mainstream celebrity, like Jay Schlatt being in the first photo is like, I guess maybe it's my bubble. Like you.
The issue is that gender and identity, etc., are such nuanced topics and many subtopics. It's really impossible to just have a chat with someone you don't know and their experiences. Finn countering the Gish Garop effortlessly. I Gish Garop more than anybody else.
You mentioned how you didn't know like Marisa, and she's like circles around with me. Jay Schlatt's like I don't know, like each one of his tweets gets like he's got like million like tweets, like 500,000 like.
Sure.
Like, he's very extremely popular, but not maybe not in the trans community. So it maybe.
Here's the thing that Here's the thing you might not be aware of, you know, just because you're not aware of this, but like the fake trans timeline thing is a super transphobic trope that's weaponized against people like me. You know, there's a lot of fake trans timelines that have been distributed on 4chan with my picture on it and somebody that is horrible, you know, not me, and fake. And so like it looks close enough to like that, and you're not a trans person, so it's not even like an edgy joke for you. It's almost sort of you're in an area where you probably shouldn't be fucking around. You know, like it's
Well-
you know, you might not know what you don't know, I guess.
On that one, so okay.
You don't know nothing, Jon Snow-White.
I mainly talk about it when I was in like a bit of an argument about it, or at least talking about it on Twitter. I sort of dismissed.
It's so bad to have a place where you can play with gender in a good-natured way. Yeah, what do you mean? Good-natured way. Play? What do you mean?
The idea that it was a joke, but I wanted because I dismissed the thing of the J Schlatt part of the joke.
Yeah.
Because I I woke up to the tweet having like 100,000 likes and went, oh shit, didn't realize that. I thought it was a stupid little joke about my friend, like Schlatt, because he's a friend of mine.
How dare you? How dare you even?
The amount of people
There you
that
go.
didn't know
Yeah.
Schlatt was absurd to me. I didn't realize we were in that different of a circle, and you know, while a lot of people did get it, I think it's very 50-50. I think someone in your chat said they have no idea who that is. So like,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I got a different audience. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know
Yeah.
that.
well,
I think when it comes to space, you are referring to a virtual space, right? Virtual space. And this is why Lucy Haze has made her famous promise that if Lucy Haze has 50 people watching in the audience, Lucy Haze will come on camera and become a camera person, okay? Okay. So let's get Gigglers in here and then I can show you my ugly face.
you would do. Mine
Yeah.
are like fucking normies than mainstream shit. But like
Yeah.
the so the initial version of that photo, so the reason why that came about was that I had a different photo of old me. It's the most masculine photo I have of me from when I was like 17 or so. It's
Yeah.
like me sticking on my jawline. I'm with like my girlfriend and shit. And it's a good photo of me. Very masculine.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be honest here. Nobody says I quit X-Sphere. I quit. I will believe it when I see it, okay? I will believe it when I see it. And most people, when they say I quit this or that sphere, they do not stick to that promise long. So if I see it, I will believe it because I have seen many people say I quit this, you know.
Very, very good looking. And that was going to be the before. And it was going to be a genuine, holy shit, I look different now. So-
Yeah, that would have been slightly less offensive, believe it or not. You know, you
Oh, it
could
would've been less?
Yeah,
That's
you
what- so
could
that's-
still be.
I never got talked to about this.
So it's still offensive, I guess. Less offensive, not offensive. Less offensive is still offensive. So it's still offensive. You still fail. Get off your high horse.
You still could be, you know, you're still subject to accusation of like fake transing or whatever. But
Fake transing. Fake transing is when cross-dressing, I guess. What the hell?
that would be slightly less offensive because it's not something that's used as a means to shit on trans people.
Yeah, I know. It's really nice. I have a pretty plain chair, but that's because I'm a quacker ducker.
You know, you might not have been.
You will see my chair when the time comes. When the watching now thing hits 50 or more, then I will prepare a special stream and you will see my bookshelf. Because I am like I guess I'm the President Soundday type of streamer with the bookshelf and stuff. And like, hi. Come on.
I don't think most.
Why can I say apart from come on? You're confused and going back to the letting? No, don't leave us, Giggler. Come on. Don't leave us. Be your friend.
I
Be
think
your
most
friend,
people that disagree
Giggler.
with my tweet agree with you there, which is unique. Like I think most people didn't
Yeah.
like it. So every one of my tweets, like to the point where I'm getting quote retweets. Like this guy has one joke.
Yeah.
It's like.
I have 1,000,000 billion
Guy,
jokes.
just so you
Yeah.
know, like I'm a dude. Like just FYI,
Yeah.
I'm not queer betting. Like I'm a
I
guy.
have
I'm a man,
so
you
many
know?
jokes.
So
Well,
like,
I might have popped off on that. You know, like, okay, so I'm not going to really like try to splice it would have been better or worse because I know I'm going to take heat from that too. I'm not going to say, you know, like if
Wait, you had no problem taking heat by attacking Kefal's Snowstorm. What's wrong? What the hell? Oh, okay. Listen to me, Valhalla. Please listen to my sermon. Please listen to my lectures. Okay? Can you listen to me, please? Thank you. Can you please? Thank you. Listen to me. Yeah.
there are a group
Come
of trans people
on.
that say it would be worse if you put your own picture on there because it's more trans baity as opposed to like the rehashing of 4chan memes. Like I'm not going to argue with
For Shane.
right. It's all past, you know, it's all across the line.
It's all Catholic.
I'm not familiar with that being an insult, but the 4chan fucking thing that
Yeah, it's a
people got.
4chan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, it's
What's Han?
you know I only know because it's been used against me. Right.
Fortran.
Right. And I, you know, well, I mean, I'm the kind of person that laughs it off. You know, especially when they see who the before person is. It's some sort of like, you know, predator. You know, like it's gross, right? It's you know it's you know, but I'm used to it. I'm telling you, like us real transes take a lot of heat.
Ooh, of course,
You know,
people
like,
are going
us real transes,
people in the chat are attacking Finn.
like the
Let's
before
see.
person.
His Twitter bio says most popular woman of all time. It's very clear you endured, huh? Finster and at Poly people. You bastard. What have you got to say now, you bastard?
Is it some sort of like, you know, predator? You know, like it's gross, right? It's you know it's you know, but I'm used to it. I'm telling you, like us real transes take a lot of heat.
Yeah, you're not there. Okay.
And so, you know, we just don't want a very successful cis creator to
Wonder if her tone has anything to do with him being a successful creator.
like further these types of tropes. Like I think that's the sort of simple way to do it, you know, to put it.
So I didn't know about the 4chan meme. I don't think that's how most people took it, is what I was saying. So that's what I was going to say with so if it was a picture of me, because I do want to tweet that photo and I do want to tweet a picture of me because to me it's cool how I've but
Well,
it's
right.
really
like,
hard
yeah.
to do that without doing the without people thinking that I'm trans baiting. So even if I say in the thing, and a lot of my shit is to not trans bait because I get how I do understand how if I did what I did and never clarified,
Right.
and I clarify all the time my sexuality and shit for the queer baiting thing because there's a big thing in the fucking Minecraft community. And
Yeah.
it's a weirdly
Yeah.
big thing, but that's why I do it. And if I said that, would it be like I do
Well,
want to post the photo
yeah.
difference? So how would I,
mean,
make that? Could you draft a tweet for me?
I mean, the Minecraft community is going to
There we go. Is she gonna draft that tweet? Tweet? Or not?
be like, if they're harsh to you about the queer baiting stuff, I can let that be their focus. Like,
I'm getting
like,
out of that shit, but I'm just
yeah.
aware. It's so fast for people to say like that I'm trans baiting or queer baiting. I think you said that I was.
Well,
trans
'cause you
baiting.
Yeah, she did.
are, you know, you're like, you kind of are. It's just, I'm more, that's like the secondary criticism compared to like,
Secondary criticism. That's interesting because towards Kefals that seemed like the first criticism, along with furthering transphobia and
the furthering transphobic tropes. And I think that's the easiest to, you know, to like sort
There's
of.
an awful lot of stuff to go over.
It's Dream's fault. Of course, it's Dream's
I'm
fault.
gonna get confused.
Yeah, okay, it's
just
Dream's fault. All right, okay, that makes sense.
I unpinned my tweet about Dream. I did a cosplay of him, but no. So there was so it was what's it called? So you gotta forgive me. It is like 3 a.m. and I've been up all day, so I want to like do a topic and then move on after we're done, because otherwise I'm terrible at this whole keeping track of information thing.
Well, me too.
Small brain.
Don't feel like you have to stay here. And
I don't know, yeah. Lucy and I want to talk about it later today on Discord. It might interest your research interests. Oh, okay.
any longer either. Like, you know, every second that you're here from now on, you know, you already got my charitability, you know, so like,
This is strange that somehow he has her charitability, but Kefals had zero charitability. That is so strange. Like, this is so weird. That just, like, we all saw the debate. That was horrible. Gigles, don't you agree with me today? Don't you agree with my opinions and dreams and wishes? You agree with me?
I don't feel like you're shutting me down.
No, you've already given me some good things to go away with, so why not keep going?
Yeah. All right.
All right. This would be fun exercise. If you were going to draft a tweet for me, if I said that I wanted to post a photo of me, very masculine, just a old photo of me. It's even a black and white photo. So old photo of me, and then a photo of me now. How would I do that?
See, like, that can be done.
'Cause I'm proud.
Fuck, it's very. You're all right. Of course. I mean, like.
That can be done, but like the question isn't, can it be done? The question is, do it. Hello, Dad.
I saw that before I put two and two together and formulated my criticism. I thought you were, you know, a trans person, and I said, "Oh, I wonder if, you know, well, I mean, your pronouns are he/him. Is if he's growing out his hair or whatever." And I thought, "Oh yeah, okay, that is real hair, you know, because that's your prior picture, right?" So like,
'Cause it looks like shit because I don't shower.
yeah. So like, you know, I gotta tell you, there ain't nothing wrong with
interesting.
showing look how different I look than I did before. Like, that's just the human condition. So like, how would you know, the problem is like how would you
That puts the whole. Oh my god. That puts the whole loner box discussion in a little bit of a different context. Oof. Right. Ay. My gosh.
avoid trans baiting in that case, and unfortunately it's difficult to because
Ukraine. Wonder which part. I don't feel like a man. I am more comfortable with women's clothes. I want to explore more, but I live in Mississippi and I would be tonight for coming out. I see.
you have to look at what you do in the context of everything else you do. And so, like, if you wanted to do a transition timeline.
Welcome to the community. Are you here from Finn's community? Are you here from Finster's community? Oh, you know me. Okay, there. Hello. You should be more often here. I miss you. Yeah, hello. Are you on the Giggle Cord? Are you on the Giggle Cord, Giggler? You should join the Giggle Cord. Yeah, come to the Giggle Cord. You know?
Type that didn't look like a transition timeline. You could say, look,
Beautiful.
people are
Hello.
going to be all over you, but like, you know, like there's not, you don't have nothing to be proud of, right? Like and it's perfectly acceptable for you to show like how you, I mean, I could have
Join the Giggle Cord.
you call, look, this is my content creator timeline. Like
And
my,
thank you for this 1 month, okay? Thank you for the 1 month. 1 month is like more than 0 months, which means it's amazing, you know? Did you know this? It's true. Thank you for supporting me for 1 month. But if you're not on the Giggle Cord, then join it. You know, join the Giggle Cord. Oh, you're
image
here.
has changed just based on being a content creator. Like my hair was never this ridiculously red. Like I've changed my
very
look
bright
for
red.
numbers as well. You know, so like like this is my content creator timeline, maybe something like that. You know, because there is a reality to like your audience kind of like curates your image too, or the the algorithm
So the
does.
issue, The issue I'd get then, so I can immediately tell what I'd get yelled at for if I said
Yeah.
that, and it would be that I'm not being clear about my identity. The same thing. If I tweeted that like this is my content creator timeline, people would read into that more like I'm trans. Like,
Yeah.
so the thing that I fucked up on that original tweet is that there's no mention of it, and it did really well because it got circulated in trans communities and
Sure.
and in like cis communities because people the
Yeah.
mixture between like trans people were into it, the J Schlatt people found it funny, my audience found it funny, so it just got retweeted to fuck, and people got very mad at it. So like it got a ton
Or
of
if you said
attention.
like, you know, even a non-trans person can fem it up, you know, over time, you know, something like that, you know, like
So how
I don't know,
so
like
without,
you know, we're talking about off the cuff. I'm
there
not
no
going to
good
be able
answer
to
to it?
give it. Well,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm sure there's
It can be done easy, barely an inconvenience, but when push comes to shove, cannot do it. Cannot do it. Ruse! Hello, Ruse. Come on. How are you, Ruse? Yeah. Should I call you Ruse? Or should I call you Rose? Okay, press 1 if you want me to call you Ruse. Press 2 if you want me to call you Rose. You know? Press 1 for Ruse, 2 for Rose. Come on.
I'm kind
my
of
thing
like
is
a
it's
image
really- there's
consultant,
no-
you know, sort of thing, you know.
There's no way the answer to it is like, well,
Oh, you could
can't
say
show
cis timeline. Somebody says this is my cis timeline, my cis content creator timeline.
So,
okay,
oh,
that could,
No, that's bad. This is my cis creator content timeline. That just alludes to some trans content creator timeline. Like like saying this is my cis content creator timeline it just alludes to some existing trans content creator timeline that's separate from your cis content creator timeline. So in my opinion, that just confuses the topic more. You know? That just confuses the thing more. Now, what do you mean? Like, nonsense. Nonsense. Do you know what I mean? You know?
well, that's,
yeah,
so,
that's a good
all right,
idea.
so that's an interesting point then. So how would that be different to me saying my gender identity? How would that be different to me saying I'm male?
Well,
If I said I was cis, but without saying my gender, I guess.
uh,
So if I
I don't think this could work. I think it wouldn't work. Like what? Like this is my cis timeline. Well, then I guess there's some trans timeline that's apart from your cis timeline, isn't it? Like, what?
was male, if I'm still saying I'm male and I'm very clearly male in the first photo, of course I'm cis because it's male. Like, why would that be different to me saying male or I'm a guy? If you're all right with that, why not the same?
well, we're really sort of like,
Different?
yeah. I mean, you got to look.
Yeah, there's framing that like the life. Like what? That's so strange. That
Trans
this
community.
is my cis timeline. That's just. I'm sorry. That's just so weird. Like that sounds like there's a separate timeline. That's just not cis.
I guess then it's more
Yeah.
known of a.
Yeah, you got to look at it all.
I'm
in
not
context,
sure
right?
about this
So like
framing.
you are, if you want to be fair, and I actually am convinced that you do, you always,
Unlike Kefals, that unfair person Kefals. Shame on you, Kefals. Shame on you.
have the type of content that is obviously going to, you know, is potentially and often is subject to misinterpretation, right? Of course, you know.
Yeah.
So you're always going to have to contend with the fact that there's going to be a mistaken impression without significant, you know, like, without significant, like, counter
wanna
messaging to
know.
that, right? So
I
like,
think we're both stuck on this shit, by the way. Because
What do
I
you
don't
mean?
know what the. I don't.
Well-
I think we're
well,
both
right.
stuck on this shit of how will we do that properly. I sort of.
right, and so
let
I
me
would say
poll
this,
chat.
you know, I would say this, like if you're this close to the line, I would be like, don't do it. You know, like
Exactly. Just don't cross-dress. Don't make content. Get off the internet and give me all of your viewers. Thank you. Please and thank you.
Just don't ever show it.
well, no, like Twitter is unfortunately super subject to misinterpretation, and you do have something to be proud of. But if you feel like, fuck, I don't want to tell you not to do that because you should be able to do it. Unfortunately, you know, like we live in a transphobic society, like and unfortunately trans people are going to be the ones that pay the price for like, you know,
For your
people who
indiscretions.
do transphobic things.
Especially you do transphobic things. You bastard, how dare you? How dare you do those transphobic things, which is cross-dressing. dare
However
you?
well intended, right? So like,
Exactly. You bastard.
like
Are you kidding me?
It's going to be extra difficult for somebody like you if you
Since then, she's been burning bridges everywhere and revealing herself to be a bad actor, leaking DMs and stuff like that.
want to.
I have not burned a single bridge yet. Have I burned a single bridge? Can you name me a single bridge that I have ever burned? No, because I'm a builder, not a burner.
You know, if you want to like do the minimal amount of harm, like if you know, actually,
Then
you're
get
so
off the
convinced that you
internet.
do. It's going to be tough.
I think I wanted to talk because whenever I hear you talk about me, I guess or whenever I had heard you talk about me, like I was saying before with the intent thing, I think that there's more. You talk about me sometimes, or you have talked about me sometimes, like I'm masterminding this anti-trans campaign.
What is the one bridge that I burned? Tell me now. Tell me what bridge I have. Okay, tell me one bridge. What do you mean? What do you mean the Bad Empanada Bridge? We have burned a stronger bridge than ever before. Did you not see my shirt? Did you not see my shirt? Bad Empanada is our best friend. Bad Empanada is our best friend. Of course. Come on. Our best friend, Bad Empanada. Okay. Ready?
You know, I'm purposely leading my content in this way for some reason.
Well,
Like,
I
it
mean,
helps.
well,
Well, that's because you're a transphobe.
The transphobe community is much smaller than just the community that wants to see
Yeah.
pretty girl in dress, pretty femboy. You
Well-
know? Like, because initially what they see is like, you know.
well,
femboy.
I mean, I'm just responding to like.
Fanboy. Well, I'm just saying that you're evil. It might be frozen. Let it go, let it go. I'm a little bit like a dinosaur. Let it go, let it go. A little dinosaur. Come on, giggle. La la la. The cold never bothered me anyway. The cold never bothered me anyway. The cold never bothered me. The cold never bothered me anyway. Beep 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 beep. I'm away. Away. Yeah. Okay, we are ready. We are ready. Okay. Lady go, lady go.
like the types of arguments that have been made by people in your community on your behalf. Like
I
it's,
wouldn't. Some of them can be so dumb.
It's true.
well,
They
and your
don't speak to
mod,
me.
for example,
As
you know,
long as yours
and
don't.
And
of
your
course-
mom jokes entered the chat. No, she said your mod. But for a second there, I did think that she was like your mom. And I was like, what? Why your mom?
your mods
Well, I
don't
wouldn't-
speak for you, and your community doesn't speak for you, right? But and
Yeah, I wouldn't give that to you. You know,
right,
like I wouldn't.
right. So like, I immediately am willing to ratchet it back when you're willing to talk to me on stream like this, right? So like, okay, fair enough. Like, I couldn't
Ratchet it back, then why were you so harsh to Kefals for no reason? Why? Why were you so aggressive to Kefals for no reason? That makes no sense at all. Ready, go.
read what
Makes
was in your
no
mind, right?
sense.
I can't tell. And even now I feel like, well, I'm going out on a limb. I'm just going to, like take you at your word. I'm getting a vibe here that you actually care. And that's something I'm not used to be honest with you. Like,
Wait, are you getting a vibe from Kefals that she doesn't care? Is that what you're saying by extension? That Kefals is the vibe of not caring at all?
in my space, it's all cynicism, so like I might have painted you with my internet experience as well. So,
Right.
It's a,
You know,
it's a
we-
shitty place sometimes.
Yeah. So, but you're struggling in these places that I would hope that somebody like you would struggle. So, I'm at least, if you want to take anything from this, I at least feel like, you might be getting a feel for where the line is because, there's a line somewhere, you're
Yeah.
not going to always know where it is. And your roommate's not always going to be clearly the right person to ask.
I don't know whether there is anymore, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So like,
Tiny.
yeah. Yeah, it's hard to really give you sort of general advice because transphobia is pervasive and it is insidious, right? So it's always going to, crop up in places where if you're not, trans or if you're not even subject to transphobia, you might, a trans person not subject to transphobia in the same way that others are, it might be harder for you to spot. Or you might say something to the effect of, like Keffels did that shocked me to hell. If you're
what you're gonna say.
attracted to Finster and you're a man, that makes you gay. I mean, like, we can't be doing that. We can't.
Yeah, that's why I don't really say that.
Well, right. So I'm surprised,
So
but
is that one statement why we were so aggressive to Kefals? That's pretty uncharitable. Polly seems to be full of anxiety and thinking really hard. Oh.
like she said it, and I was.
I am full of anxiety.
But like some
It's
of your community
true.
members were saying it, and that's not something
You
you.
will see once you reach 50 people in the chat. I am the most full of anxiety, even more than I don't know the.
Said right. And I would never put that on you. The shocking thing is that Keffels repeated it.
I mean,
and
yeah.
so I started to think, wait, does
think so.
nobody know anything about trans issues here? Is this it, or is it just me? Like.
I remember when you put. I don't want to talk too much about the Keffels thing because obviously you were there and I just watched it while I was doing something else.
Yeah, okay.
But I remember that bit being. You were specifically talking about the identity versus fuck. Is it even worth going into it?
Well. Okay. I mean, here's the take-home
Whatever.
message on. Well, what are you talking about? Like,
Because I don't.
Sexual
because there's
orientation,
so
yeah.
nuanced with that. Yeah. It's
yeah. I mean,
individuals.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
sexual
not a hard and fast
orientation
rule if
can't
you
be.
like femboys.
want
I remember
to-
that bit being.
I
You were
want to
specifically
look at
talking about
something.
the
What are you talking about? Like,
talk too much about the Keffels.
Making it extra clear that your cis is key. That's better than saying man to keep things away from Troximo. That's not gonna change a transphobe. That a transphobe won't care. Like, see, if we are making sure, do you really think that transphobe would care if about making sure that you're cis? No, a transphobe will not care.
Keffels thing because obviously you were there and I just watched it while I was doing something else.
Yeah, okay.
But I remember that bit being. You were specifically talking about the identity versus fuck. Is it even worth going into it?
Well. Okay. I mean, here's the take-home
Whatever.
message on. Well, what are you talking about? Like,
Because I don't.
Sexual
because there's
orientation,
So
yeah.
nuanced with that. Yeah. It's
yeah. I mean,
individuals.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
Sexual orientation can't be right. Sexual orientation can't be straw manned like that. That's dangerous. Like what she said is literally dangerous. Like to trans people, it's you know, I don't want to say it's transphobic, but it sure seemed like it, or like homophobic.
This is like manipulative language. I don't wanna say X, but it sure sounded like X. This is like manipulation. There you go. You can spot it next time, okay? This is manipulation. This is manipulation 101. When someone says, I really don't want to say that X is going on, but you know, it really seems like X is going on.
And
I mean, it's
Not
hard to
like-
say much against Keffel, so you're probably not gonna. We're probably not gonna agree too much because she did give me some good, useful advice every now and then. So it's hard to watch an argument between you two and pick sides on it still.
well, I'm not asking you to. I mean, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, good. You know, that's fine too. Like the problem is, I think
That's cool, that's cool. I just think Kefals is evil and what? Why did the whole Kefals argument even happen?
what I was sort of contending with too is, you know, other streamers in my space were just
Evil.
taking her opinion as the be all and end all because she was so dismissive of critiques of you, and that I felt was doing a disservice because
Yeah, even on that, I disagreed. That
True, I disagree. What?
was one thing.
and like now talking to you, she was certainly doing a disservice because she was implying that you didn't even need to be open to criticism because like there's no criticism to be had. And I was like, that's not fair.
No, that's not what you said. You didn't say that's not fair. That was not your attitude at all. Polly is a mystery for me. She's literally a cloud shark and fights with people who could bear her friends. I cannot fathom her.
You know, now it's doubly not
yeah,
fair
sure.
because you're actually willing to listen, right?
Doubly not fair. Oh.
Like it's, you know,
Yeah.
that was bad. That was bad. I'm
And
disappointed.
we agree on some missteps, and I think if you went to Keffels and you, so with my knowledge of now, like what I do and the content that I've made, and who I used to be, which was very different, by the way. I think I was so I'm 22, and when I was 16, it was 2016 with the wrecked feminist video. Talking about like I was a different. I think everyone
Sure.
fell into that fucking absurd pipeline. You know, in that first video.
Never talk about those years. Zoomers
I'm
should not
gonna,
never
though,
talk
'cause
about
it's
their
relevant.
political opinions from the you
Okay.
know during those years. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, well, I make it known because so one thing I do really like about my streams, and it's actually so the bit that I did catch on
Oh, it is not just you.
your stream,
is not just
we
you.
very much disagree on,
Oh yeah.
and it's an interesting enough point that I want to talk about.
Okay, fair
So,
enough.
A couple things. I wrote it down because I wanted to mention it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was interesting. But the one thing I do think I do, I don't receive criticism. I don't receive compliments very well because my ego. I'm a streamer. Like my ego will get way too high, and I'll think I'm God. Like I can't.
Give
just
me
accept every
compliments.
compliment
I want my
So,
ego to
like,
be
The
big.
thing I get quite a lot that I do quite like hearing is where someone will come in and they'll say
Please.
like, you know, I had a much different. You were my like. Oh, you. Were,
It's true. Just $1 donor does go a long way in my country. And this is why I will also plug my coffee. If you want to give me a coffee, I will be happy, okay? Because my home country's currency is weak. It's weak like a beefsteak. Did you know this? Did you know this about me? Did you know my journey into the giggling? Where is it? Where are you? Where is my coffee? Try to find my coffee, but I'm having struggling with finding my coffee. Can you please help me? Obsessive. Coffee. Coffee? So even $1 is long big money to me. Coffee. Come on.
my like stepping stone into understanding these issues
Stone.
and being like
Sure.
the same sort of process I went through
I
with the
found
fucking
it.
becoming a lot more open-minded from how I was. I really like seeing the change in people on that. It makes me feel like I'm doing some sort of good.
I
Those are
am
those are the one things
open-minded.
that I like seeing. And
Do you?
So the Karen?
You're entitled to those things. It's just, you know, like,
My voice is awesome, really? Is this nice? Do you think I'm open-minded? I think Finn is noticing problematic slips. Polly seems to be having trouble not misgendering him. She seems to be implying he's secretly trans and is missing that it's not hard to respect pronouns. True. True, LH Fruit. Also, like, do you think I'm open-minded? Or do you think I'm like, you know, a bigoted duck? Am I a duck?
like the problem is when
What's the
you know, however
problem?
you're gonna say you're doing this. You know, the problem is like when that
What is the problem?
used as a complete defense for any being
For all your
and putting you above criticism,
satanistic
right?
doings.
You're not even saying that, but I'm
Oh,
just
no,
saying
no,
I've
no,
been
no. So this was
dogpiled about
the-
that, and it's made me fucking furious. I'm like, is that
Yeah.
and
Why, who
hold
dogpiled?
against you against what seems to be what a lot of people say, but you know.
We are
People just
doctor?
say, no, like, look, you're allowed to your wins. You know, I'm not saying that you're not helpful, right? But this is why we all want you to do better.
I was not using it as that point at all. I wasn't using it as
okay.
a defense. I was leading into something else.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But because it was relevant. But but if like, I hope from talking to me that you can gain a bit more of like, because it's really easy to judge someone on their community, and like the
What if I'm like a trans medicalist? Like, you cannot be trans unless you have at least finished a medical study degree. If you're not an MD, if you do not have an MD next to your name, then you are not really trans, and especially the more, and if you do not have at least 5 years of experience working in a hospital, then you are especially not trans, okay? There you go. If you want to be, according to my trans medicalist take, if you do not have at least 5 years working at a hospital, then you are not trans. You know? You know what I mean? You have to meet some standard. You have to meet certain medical standard, of course. Of course.
the audience they have
Yeah.
and the really vocal parts of the audience
But it is bad for ducks. It's true.
are going to be the ones that, you know, that loud people are often more divisive, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've
This is why bread tube is so bad, because bread is bad for ducks.
opinions. So I hope maybe this is just, it sort of helps get to know what I think, I guess, and sort of sets me apart from some of the yelly people that are a little shitty.
Well, yeah, I
There's
mean,
also Twitter. Like the people that follow me on Twitter, and the whole thing was over Twitter. Like, dude, Twitter thrives on fucking ratioing people. Like, what's the point in arguing on that godforsaken platform? But
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm
The thing I always-
primarily like, you know, please, like,
Med school? What do you mean med school? You need to graduate the med school, and you need to have at least 5 years working experience as a doctor in a hospital. What do you mean this? What is this like med school? Anyone can get into med school. To be really trans, you need to put some effort. Graduate with top grades or something. What is this? Gabrielle is trying to. Gabrielle is basically saying that everybody is trans. You know, if you just need to be in med school. What do you mean?
don't misunderstand though. My primary criticism is about your content. You know, like sort of just, you know, we'll call it memeing too close to the sun in a way that furthers transphobia type of content. You know, that you could ratchet back if you were so inclined. And
What?
based on this conversation, if you want to take it as a win, you know, I could say, you know, you get the win here because like you're. It does seem to me, if I want to. And I desperately want to take something positive because I want to feel like there's hope for some things, right? So I'm going to take this. I'm going to say like it sounds to me. Oh, of course. Well, I hope not. You know, like it does.
I'll stick around.
the like nice thing that I hear is that you know there's a line, and you know crossing it, you don't want to cross it, right? You just might mistake where the line is, and that's not nothing. That's pretty important, because there's plenty of people that would just shit on me and say, "I'm not doing anything wrong. Shut up, Polly." And
Nobody said, shut up, Polly, but okay. Literally nobody said that. So, and if you're implying that Kafal said that, then no, she has not said
and
that.
that's clearly not your position.
No, so the thing with Keffels, I'm sure if you bought Keffels the stuff that I've done that I disagree with, and we all seem to unanimously go, bit of an ick, bit
Yeah.
shitty, like the older Megal content and some of the jokes there where I was a little more edgy when I was making them. We can all look at that and go, all right, kind of wrong. Like, I don't think anyone's going to agree with that form of content existing,
Yeah.
especially in this community. I don't think it's helpful.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's the nuance that really sort of fucks it up a little bit, that makes it really
It
difficult.
always does. It always does, because like I said, once again,
Yeah.
like the like trans experience is difficult to understand from the outside, even if you have a trans friend or many trans friends. It's going to be difficult to understand from the outside, and like short of hiring an expensive image consultant, you're going to be like, you're going
What?
to potentially, if you're being
Short of hiring up an expensive image console. What?
edgy, or if you're getting close to the line, and like your content already puts you potentially
What's what?
like in the area of doing harm if you're not careful, like furthering transphobic tropes, like traps type stuff.
This is so.
That's going to be an
That one-
ongoing challenge.
So, I'm real sorry, but I know I'm not gonna be able to, like, it's just the word fucking, I cut, like, it's, you know when something gets like, what's it called? Like the R word was,
Okay.
I would hate for my trans question to be used to set the bar for who is and who isn't trans, but the result didn't lie. I did anyways.
it was a sort of
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
thing to go. So I'm sorry, this is gonna sound like a long point, whatever, but like for some reason that's like phased out of my fucking. They come up. I got YouTuber brain. They get phased out of my vocabulary. So you're gonna have to just. I'm gonna talk about that, but I'm not gonna say the word. But like basically with that, I get how my content is really close to the same meme, right?
Yeah.
The treading the line thing. It's
It
either like
is.
the, so
It
the thing is that,
is.
so I put in a tweet before about like it's a bit of a catch-22. If I constantly say that I'm a guy, then people have the argument that you have. If I don't say that, people have the argument that Faye had. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Aoife had. So like, it's
Well-
either the mix of queer baiting or the meme. You know?
Yeah.
And it's, if I don't do one, I very easily fit into the other, or you could very easily make the argument that I fit into the other. So that's why I ask, like, how could I do that one particular tweet if I was going to show how I was and then how I am? There's no way to do it without hitting one of those two groups.
You need to not cross-dress. You need to get off the internet and give me all your subscribers and viewers. It's the only way. It's the only way.
As far as I can tell, I haven't found the magic.
I can't
words yet.
think of one. And
It's the only way.
that's a shame, because like
And the answer couldn't possibly be that, like, if you remove my platform and you just say I'm just gender non-conforming random dude on the internet,
use a third
Actually, no.
picture. Oh, that's a good idea. Zero came up with one. We got some brainiac
Oh.
people here. Use a third picture. Use
What
a third
third-
picture.
what?
Here's my content
Explain.
creator. Because the
What does the third picture even change? What does that change? What? What third picture?
boy mode, girl mode thing is the thing that looks like you're sort of doing the
And
trend.
what does the third picture is supposed to introduce into this? What is that supposed to change? Like, are you gonna have to? I'm gonna need to have this explained to me. What does a third picture do actually?
thing. Like if you did, I don't know, that would help. See, like these are all just
the
ideas to
picture,
throw
right?
out there.
Like you could twist anything like this. You could twist anything like this. I could very well turn around to poly people who just today said I don't care about training my voice and say, oh, poly people, you're just furthering the transphobic tropes that, that quote unquote trans women are just, they sound like guys. What now? Like, this is ridiculous. This is obviously ridiculous. Like, do you know what I mean? You can twist anything like that if you really want to.
I just thought of that too. I got hung up because I couldn't figure out what the third picture would be. But
Right.
you kind of see where
What happened to just being able to be yourself?
I'm right. Like,
This-
then it isn't the meme. It isn't showing a duality or contrast. Yeah.
Use cis. A lot of people said use cis, but that was the thing that we were saying before of like, how would I? What is the difference between cis makes? So okay, so there's the other thing of this, which is the elephant in the room, which is like, it's got to be good content as well. Like I could post like just the photo of me one day and then another. It'd be shit content. It wouldn't do well. So there's an argument to be made of like, I know what's going to do well on Twitter. But it's
I know, but
treading that
you
line.
have to. Yeah, I
So-
mean, like I'm telling you, like that's
so
what I.
If
Yeah.
I'm going to say that, like, okay, I know that the word cis will make it so. First of all, a ton transphobes fucking hate me. We gotta talk about that later, by the way. Like, Jesus, like transphobes fucking. Anyway, but that's going to attract a ton of those people. First of all, I'm gonna get.
What will the third picture change? What? Why free? What does the third picture add? What is the third picture even supposed to be?
fucking
I don't get
blasted
it.
on that,
Why free? I
from
don't get it.
transphobes. And then it's also going to reach less people because less people are interested in niche topics like that because it is a niche
Yeah.
topic, even though it's sort of the bubble that we're in.
Yeah. So
Like why? Like tell me why? Tell me why? Tell me why? Like tell me why are we shaping the queer spaces according to what? Like why would we try to shape queer spaces according to bigots and what they will think and how they will react? Like I don't get it.
like I would say this. It's probably
cis man.
you're probably
Just cis
doing
man.
less harm if you're pissing off the transphobes, right? Like I'm just telling you, like, if it's one or the other.
It's gonna piss off everyone no matter what. But so the other thing is this. I've also had the criticism of being too baked in with the trans community, so it furthers that too. There's a ton of different criticism from a ton of different arguments, and you hold one side of it out of like 5, because my content's relatively easy to criticize.
Well, okay. So here's. I want you to feel some pride at some of your criticism. So like here is how I get by on that. Like if somebody, let's say I was a cis person
Did
and
someone say berserk? When you're doing your thing, you put your payable and Amanda to show you other way. So put your glasses on and your baby long. When your place does a face, it's up to you. It's last night full of thunder. Whatever you tell you why. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me what you want. I don't know why, too late, it's too late. And that has been the opening of Berserk, the anime, okay? Sung by your favorite singer, Lucy Haze.
And there's other transphobes saying,
Come
oh,
on.
you know, you're just a cuck
Your
to the trans
favorite-
community. You're like a pick-me cis person. I would.
Pick me, cis person? What? That's nonsense. Does poly people understand what the pick me term means? A pick me is when a person from a marginalized community wants to be picked and accepted into the dominant group, not when a person from a dominant group wants to be chosen to like a marginalized group as a pick me. That makes no sense. Is this a Polish pop song? No, it's a opening to the anime Berserk. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why, what you want. Don't know why, don't know why. Too late, it's too late. You know, Ellen, if we have 50 people here, I will show myself on camera. Did you know this? Did you know this about me? Did you know this about myself? You know? You know what would boost my views? If I was interviewed by Aristocracy, the streamer.
wear that as a point of pride. It's like, yes, I guess I want the trans people to pick me.
It's
you
not,
know, like,
it's not that. It
Okay.
was the so like the criticism from me being too close to the trans community wasn't that I was being too close like friends. It was like
oh.
you were trying to
It's because I have a style. Come on.
insert yourself as a cis guy into a community you're not a
Oh,
part
you're
of
trying to
and co-opting it.
colonize. Yeah, don't colonize.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
like,
that's the one. There you go. Now see, then there's the different argument to it
Yeah.
where it's like
It's all going back to Finn not wanting to see the drop in income that comes with stopping the transphobic content. Boom! Everybody just thinks that Finn is doing transphobic content. There you go. That's the bottom line. People in police chat just thinks that this is a transphobe doing transphobic content, and he will not stop doing the transphobic content because his bottom line, right? He's probably upset Finn isn't conforming to her expectation of presentation relative to his stated gender identity. I'm just so confused what the issue even is. The issue is that if a cis person presents like a girl and does content, then he's furthering transphobic tropes. And I have to pick up the phone from my mother. Be right back, gigglers. Wait for me. Okay, I'm back. My mom called me. My mom called me on the telephone. So remember.
yeah. I mean, here's how I sort of.
gotta be a way of doing this.
Well,
Oh, I will do it. I will give you an incentive, okay? I'll give you an incentive, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready for the incentive? Gigglers, come on. Giggler, come on, Monte Cassino. Giggler, come on, Monte Cassino. I show you plus Ouija. And we're gonna do the Ouija. What is this? Gigglers, where is it? Viewer count. Adsor. Viewer count. There we go. And if we get 50 people, then we get 50 people, then we get Lucien on camera. Okay? 50 is Lucien on camera. It's true.
I'm
Well,
trying to
there-
plan with you my next tweet.
There
It's
is,
going
there
well.
is. There is, well, here's how I do it, because people call me,
How do you do
know,
it? Be good.
you know, have names for me that are ways to shame me when I sort of argue on behalf of other marginalized communities.
What?
You sort of fuck. Goddamn, I have ADD. So I was like, I have an idea in my head and it falls out. But like, the way I deal with it is I am.
I want
I
to talk
could-
about the thing Sparkle said, by the way, later. But carry on.
Okay, it's the
What did Sparkle say?
you know, have names for me that are ways to shame me when I sort of argue on behalf of other marginalized communities. You sort of fuck. Goddamn, I have ADD. So I was like, I have an idea in my head and it falls out. But like, the way I deal with it is I am.
I want to
I
talk
could-
about the thing Sparkle said, by the way, later. But carry on.
Okay, it's
What did Sparkle say?
here.
It's all going to come back. It's all going to back to Finn not wanting to see that drop in income that comes with that with stopping the transphobic content. Yeah, interesting.
You know, I always defer to the. It's the.
It's just your bottom line, you greedy duck.
At the end of the day, I want what's right for trans people. You know, as a cis ally, as a dedicated cis ally, I will always I would never do anything that I felt, or I always defer to the trans community
I sneezed.
on anything close, and that
Yes,
will give people
Did you
a lot of,
know
like,
Lisa?
that will help you defray some of that, especially because it seems to be true. At least with respect to this discussion. So like just like what I do is I remind people from marginalized communities that I'm not part of, is that I would never try to make decisions about like my content.
But I'm the biggest hypocrite of everyone.
Letting hearing a broad swath of people's opinions about how I could potentially negatively impact
I
standing.
think it's like a nervous tick with your hands, right? You do this when you're like you want to, a bit nervous, and you keep your hands busy by doing something, by twiddling your thumbs or by playing with your hair, right?
There, you know what I mean? Just make it.
I'll give you my. I'll give you my. Okay.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh,
I mean, Polly does the thing with plays with her hair on all streams always.
sorry, I interrupted you. There was like a pause. I didn't realize you'd carry on. But there was So okay, shall I read you? So I've got a draft idea of what I could say. But the thing is, it's a joke about being a guy. It's a joke about being a guy.
Yeah.
Like, so
One side doesn't see or understand that nuance because maybe they haven't done the same experience as the other side that has been victim.
I don't know. So
what's the draft? Read it to us, and we'll decide.
If I add cis to it, then it would read the duality of cis men, and it'd be me.
That would
and
work.
fucking-
That would work. That would work. That would
Ah.
work. I mean,
But if you took cis out of it, no.
that would be bad. Yeah, like cis does a lot to. I think cis does a lot to neutralize that, because it shows that how like cis people can also alter their presentation in a way that is meaningful and perhaps something to look back on. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got another thing.
Okay.
Middle ground, because I know that tweet would do worse. We are literally just planning my content. Thank you for doing this for free, by the way.
Yeah,
You send me a bill at the end of it. If I made the tweet, the duality of man, just that, and then I applied to it as a little, like, right under the tweet saying, I'm a cis guy, cis heterosexual male, cis heterosexual guy.
Yeah, see, I can see what
That's
gets you
an
into trouble.
in-between.
I can see what gets you into trouble, because like that's like, haha, surprise, you thought I was trans, but I'm not, or whatever. That's too close to
That's
too.
That's what's mitigating it with the man thing. I don't know why people. So there was
Are we drinking water? Come on!
This is
like,
so this is the core
time?
that we differ on, which is the whole like
take
how people perceive the tweets.
True, I differ from
take
you.
the say here's where you're gonna get into trouble. You know, here's where you may, you know, like raise my eye, or, you know, that doesn't matter, I know, but like, you know, if you when in doubt, take the safer, less.
But if you raise my eye, then it's game over. Because Lucy, did you not know, is the biggest Polish dance steamer?
less engaging tweet. You know, like I'm sorry to say that. You know, like I know that's tough. Yeah. I know that's tough.
But views. Sorry, there's like, I mean, so while it would do, so the other thing is it's not like there's a right answer to this, and I'm not taking it. It's also that I will get in trouble if I do the same thing, but from a different community, not your community, but a different one that I've already reconciled with. It seems so. Your opinion seems to be a minority among people that dislike me, even still.
Oh my.
Well, I might be more fair than your average detractor. You know what I mean? Like,
Oof. Are you sure that you're more fair? I'm not so sure that you're more fair than the average detractor. I'm not sure if you're more favorite than an average tractor.
there's you can't.
Are you more fair than the average tractor? Tractor! Are you more fair than the average tractor? This is the most average tractor. Are you more fair than the average tractor? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about that, Gigglers. If Polly is more fair than the average tractor.
Please everybody,
Maybe.
right? You know, like you can't please. Like there's plenty of people that hate me. You know, never will.
It's just a different. It's not necessarily that it's the same argument, but posed in a different way. It's literally a different reason why people dislike my content. Is because they go, well, he's got like he keeps saying he's a cis guy, like in everything. And like one of the things I was talking to Faye about in that Keffels interview was, I don't know if I think you watched that one, and that one I said like, would it, like if I wrote in my bio like gender non-conforming male, like if I really made it abundantly clear everywhere, because right now it's just a joke about the woman thing, but like, would that then make it alright? Would saying I'm a guy more make it better? She didn't think that, but you would think that I know if I pose this to Faye, and I don't want to speak for her,
Right.
but
Yeah.
actually I won't. But I won't speak for Faye. I don't know what her opinion would be. But I know that some people would get annoyed about me saying I'm a cis guy as well.
Right.
Okay,
It might
but,
not be your
okay, but
community's
why?
opinion, but
Why?
people-
Like that one I don't get. I don't get why
So-
saying you're cis is wrong.
Well, specifically a cis guy. Well, so
I mean, I know that it would be strange to call it the my cis timeline because it alludes to some trans timeline.
I say it all the time in my content, and Faye had an issue with it because it was the
I know what I
my
want.
opinion was I sort
I
of
know
have to
what
because
I
it was
want, and I will
tran-
get it
otherwise
up.
I get caught up
Sure,
translating.
sure,
There's an
sure.
ad playing on your
That's an
channel, and it's so
understandable thing.
distracting. Yeah, sorry, I've just watched your ads like 3 times. just
I'm
for the
sorry.
AdSense.
I'm sorry.
I've got 5 of them. So anyway,
I'm a bitch when it
there
comes
was-
to ads, you know.
I am, but I refuse to get ad blocker. But like, it was a thing that she didn't like because it
I
was.
can't believe none of
again,
these fine people have given you a subscription. I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh
just kidding.
yeah, I
Okay,
wonder why.
Sorry. I did.
So it was a thing with me constantly harping on the fact that I'm a cis guy or that I'm a guy.
Yeah.
But in my content, I do also say like I'm a cis dude, like cis het dude.
Oh, that was nice. Zero. You didn't have to
thank
do
you for
that.
this, let's go. That's sweet. But like, because I keep harping on that, it put a weird
I should get a sub.
ick in her
Come
mouth. She put it, and that her tweet just saying that got like 30,000 likes of people agreeing. So it's clearly a widely held thing that people dislike. And that
Sick.
was so I found it really hard to understand that, and I still do. And me and Faye never reached a conclusion. We just reached the conclusion of like she thinks this, I think that I have to do it because I get called out for trans baiting if I didn't. But
So-
clearly, people really hate that. as
Okay.
well.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so like, okay,
Trans people have different opinions on this whole topic. There's
Okay,
like
yeah, but
4 that
try-
I bounce back and forth on.
yeah, but like I really
Yeah?
feel like if there's an issue,
What
I can
happened?
understand. So like, just walk me through it one more time.
Walk me.
You know, just
Walk
for
me
I'm
like
still on
a
this.
kitty.
So like, what's
Like-
the yeah? Go ahead.
Come on.
I gotta read the tweet. I don't want to misquote Five.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
And also, good lord, I follow so many people at like transfem Twitter.
Good
They
lord.
tweet so often. I'm gonna have to scroll for a few years for this.
Nobody follows me.
Yeah.
Do you remember what date this was roughly?
Take your time.
I don't know if she deleted
I mean,
it.
I would like to understand, you know, like if a trans person says something and they, you know,
They got a lot of
they,
traction for it too. So
yeah.
clearly
So
people
I mean,
agree.
there must be something to the critique that's worth understanding. I just don't
No.
know offhand. You know, I'm not. So like you're actually, you know, I would say lean into your desire to really try to understand things, even if you know. Like, this is what I do.
I
If
think she deleted it.
oh, well.
I might be wrong, but the only thing I see is the. What day did I tweet? 1 minute, let me find when I tweeted it, because I think that she said something about it the day after, and then we spoke to Keffels the same day, but I can't see it.
You
Yeah,
see, Kefal spoke
almost
to him
certain.
already.
she deleted the tweet.
Kefal
afterwards.
spoke to him already. Bleh.
If someone finds it and I'm just like dumb, then maybe maybe one of you mods can link it, but I can't seem to find it. But essentially, she made a tweet, and her opinion on stream was, I'm sure you watched, was it boiled down to like she just found it weird and she got a bit of an ick out of it. Found it. No, sorry, she didn't delete it.
Okay.
It reads, I have a lot of respect for feminine guys that essentially just look like women, but they aren't trans. That being said, the way some of them milk the whole thing and baiting people into thinking they're trans just to turn around like, haha, I'm a dude really rubs me the wrong way, which is the same thing you
Right.
said. But when we talked
Right.
on the little interview thing, she really had an issue with the fact that I kept bringing up that I was a guy, and because that was my way of not translating, but she
Well,
really didn't like that.
Well, then I guess we're guessing at what could happen. Like it would be super difficult, I think, to say you're either trans baiting or playing along with transphobic stereotypes if you said this is my cis timeline, right? That's almost a statement in solidarity. You know, if you say like this is my cis timeline, look,
This is my cis timeline literally alludes to some other timeline that is not cis. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's basically like saying this is my private account. Saying this is my private account alludes to there being some not private account. You know? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I think you all know what I mean.
we can all try different. You know,
I get
you know,
like
I
an
know you
immediate-
don't-
I feel like people get real mad about that.
Give it a try.
I feel like
Give it a try.
I know how that's gonna. No, I know how it's gonna get taken. It's gonna
No.
get taken like I'm poking fun at the controversy.
Ugh, you're right. You're
that's
right.
like-
You're right. You're right.
yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Fuck. You're right
It
about
sucks
that.
that the answer might just be there is no win, but to say the words, maybe it's just me that's in this position for a while. I don't know. Maybe it's a wait till it fucking dies down and then I can.
Yeah,
but,
I mean
like-
that may be the answer, and like to be honest with you, like you're doing
Maybe the answer would be for you just not to cross-dress and leave the internet.
something right here that should be noted. You're, you know, to any,
Wait, I'm,
you know, I don't really have
I'm
a lot
bigger than poly people on YouTube.
large
For me,
reach,
I
but
like-
like you know, it's
I'm bigger content creator. Come to me.
anybody.
No. It's your opinion that I care
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
It's not a reach thing. I'm not doing this for promotion. It's that I actually value your opinion. And you seem to be one of the last people still sort of on the discourse. And it's clear that you have an audience that agrees. I watched part of your stream, and while we've been going, a lot of people in chat. I've been reading the people putting things in chat, and I've been noting down a couple things that you guys make interesting points. So don't think that I'm ignoring you. But I'm every now and then I'll copy paste something down. I sort of wish I'd posted something else that I wanted to talk about. But one of them was Sparkle said it's all going to come back to Finn not wanting to see the drop in income that comes with stopping the transphobic content. And
Well, that's the concern, right? You know, like if
The
I
concern?
you know,
Wait, the concern is what is the concern if the content is not what?
on that.
Well, like, you know, that's the temptation, right? You know, like I can hear it right now. I can hear like the him and haw about like, well, I have to, you know, I want maximum engagement. Unfortunately, maximum engagement.
Would you call it transphobic content when it's like that?
Exactly. Why would you call it transphobic content? Oops. Uh-oh. You thought that you could slip this one past us? You cannot, Giggler. Not when I'm here. Not when Lucy Haze is on the... thing. Yeah.
Well,
Difference of
that might
saying,
be
like,
too harsh, right? That might be too harsh.
Harsh? No. Dishonest? Yes. Harsh. What? Harshness has nothing to do with it. Because harsh implies that it's true. And it's not true, so it's not harsh. It's just not true. What? People really like to use harsh when what they really mean is dishonest and unreasonable.
She would, you know, like sort of
That's sort of what pushes the conversation. That's sort of what, like, if one put, so the thing with the Faye thing and
Yeah.
Aoife's tweet was that it got so much traction that it caused more people to spread more shit. So when you use like terms like when it's a bit misquoted even slightly, people on Twitter a lot of them, like it's a small percent, but it still equals a lot, are stupid, and they'll run with it, and that's now their opinion. Like so that's why I get kind of uppity about being misquoted or this thing, or like getting the like word right on like, is it transphobia if I'm saying that I'm a guy in tweets?
I mean, the concept of transphobia is nuanced in itself, right? So I'm just gonna say, look, I'm not gonna try to build a case in why anything you're doing specifically is transphobic, particularly if we're talking about something in the abstract.
No, if you've called it transphobic, I'd want to know why.
Exactly.
If I've called something transphobic, I can explain to you why I've done it.
You've called my tweets transphobic,
Exactly.
and that's why I wanted to go over.
Yeah,
like,
well, okay, all right, yeah. So,
Yeah.
So like,
I'm a guy.
You've said his content is transphobic. You just said right now that that's the temptation or whatever. Don't be you know?
yeah, I mean, if you're, it's transphobic to do a tweet like you're gay now, sort of thing. You know, like, you know, if
Which
you
I
think
didn't do.
Okay, so like,
You gotta quote me directly on it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna poke random holes in it.
well, right, but you're gonna make a
being-
distinction without a difference. Like, you're gonna try to make a distinction that shows you don't know why the sort of misquote is not the issue, right? Like I'm just, you know, I might not have the quote right, but I'm repeating back to you the concern
because it's a much harsher version of it, I guess.
That is not
Why
what?
I would make a
No.
tweet like that because it sounds much harsher.
I would encourage you to listen to the you know, I might not get the exact words right.
Kefals is also trans. What do you mean? Like, Kefals is also trans.
And we could
When
go
in doubt, use a debate term.
back and, you know, look at the exact tweet, and you would say, Polly, I didn't say that, I said this. And then I'd have to go and explain to you why. Well, it's the impression that you clearly are leaving that is the issue, right? So, okay, sorry, I misquoted you, but it's
Oh,
It's the,
misquoted you.
If we quote it right, so let's with that specific tweet,
Yeah.
the one that you bring up, the whole
Yeah.
like I'll quote it. It
Okay,
was
yeah.
the one that says, "I have decided you like guys now."
yes,
What was that?
yes.
So, I appreciate that it would be the thing that you said would be a much edgier joke. It'd be a much edgier joke, which is why I
Right.
didn't make it.
Yeah.
It's also not
Uh-oh.
one that I
Whoops. Uh-oh. Ay, 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 ay.
think is very funny. Like
That's
it's
right. You like guys now. Yeah, okay. So like you're right. There's a difference there. It's less harsh than the you're gay now. But I'm telling you, people take that and I guess I remember that in part from like
Also, keep in mind, there is the I decided, right? I decided. It's actually not you like guys now. I decided. Okay? And that changes the meaning again.
the Keffels discussion. It was sort of screwed up by the Keffels discussion saying, well, that would make you gay, right? You know, so like
it's
but then-
it's a weird take to have, yeah. It's a weird thing to argue about that.
So the sentiment, you know, the reason why there's people in chat saying the sentiment is the same is because even somebody like Keffels picked up the same sentiment. She she decided to defend it, which was the weird response. So like,
I guess again, people would so let's say if the sentiment was the
I
same.
would say that it speaks more to that sexuality is more complicated. I would say that it speaks to what Conor often says on streams, that people might just be, for example, attracted to things like femininity or masculinity and not to a specific gender, if that makes sense, you know?
Thing. If I'd have made that joke, it would have been like, oh, so gay people are like bad or something. Like, what's the thing? Like, you're gay, lol, like it's an insult. You know? Like,
but yeah, okay. So now,
why wouldn't?
see, I can't tell if you're genuinely don't know or if you're kind of being bad faith here. Like.
Oh yeah, you're being bad faith. You're being bad already. We're like taking out the terms. You're being bad faith.
Usually that I don't know most things, but tell me.
I'm gonna continue to believe that this is just ignorance.
Yeah, this is just ignorance. You're bad faith.
But like.
Yeah, sorry, you might have to give me a bit of. It is really fucking late. I don't know if I'm missing something that's important. I get the sentiment.
So like,
thing.
if you say like you're gay, lol, like technically, or you're gay now, lol. Technically, you know, just because you can defend your point on a technical basis doesn't mean it's not doing harm, right? In fact, it means you're missing the point.
Yeah, but he didn't say you're gay, lol. What? He didn't say you're gay now, lol. Finn is trying to get Polly to respond to the actual quote rather than the misquote because Polly doesn't want to say she does think both are transphobic. Like she keeps defaulting to the misquote.
Point. Like yes, it's wrong to be homophobic, and in an ideal world it would be laughable to us all.
Oh, well,
but it's, you know, like,
do you think that me making a tweet like that would be homophobic? Because the you're gay now, lol, I would see as homophobic, but what I said I wouldn't. There's a line there that maybe
Yeah.
that's what I'm missing. Would you call that a homophobic joke?
Uh-oh. To make her point, she had to default to her misquotation. Uh-oh. What's happening? Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I would
Or even a
say
transphobic joke.
I would say that, well, I would say that here's the risk you run, is that, you know, there is always going to be goodness in defying people's expectations, particularly if we live in a world that is super like gendered and people are put in boxes and we all have gender roles and have to play along and have that as a mechanism of oppression. Like, it's always good to challenge those things, but what you, unfortunately, you're gonna, you know, you must remember, and you know this intellectually, but you know, I would caution you to really try to internalize it. You must remember that in challenging homophobia, there is a way to do that wrongly, such that you sort of play into it and inflame it. You know, like technically. You could technically argue that, like, look.
You could argue that technically speaking, you have said something totally different. But have you considered that there is this totally different thing that you could have said and that it's really bad? Have you taken this into consideration? That you're trying to get me on a technicality? That you have said something totally different than what I'm saying that you've said? Got him. Once again.
Trap related content. I hate that word, but
Got him. Once again, I win.
You know,
I have defeated you.
Bad people, right? You could say that, but that would be wrong because, like,
I have defeated you.
Transphobic trope that just the making time for and repeating, even if you're doing it.
Have you considered that you're a transphobe?
Transphobes has a negative effect. I promise you that. I think you can sort of intuit that as well.
Exactly. Any reasonable person would agree with me on this. Are you reasonable? Then you must agree. Easy. This is easy.
Gone a couple steps away from the
Okay.
away from the tweet thing.
This is easy. This is easy, and you should agree with me, or else I will arrest you in my private prison on Giggle Island. Come on. Yeah.
You should have addressed that.
So
the-
you
that thing.
better not mess with me. He's on the ropes. Yeah, I know. I defeat you. I have to go to the toilet. So in the meantime, listen to some music, okay? Do you promise to me? I'll play some music in the meantime. I will not spoil what it is, even though I just did, but come on. I will play you the toilet music. Be right back. Over because I'm back and we're gonna defeat our enemies in the big boat of ideas and recollections. Because as you know, I'm the best debater in the universe.
But
Okay.
Not okay.
yeah, that specific tweet. Would you say that's a homophobic or transphobic tweet?
Yes.
I get the but you immediately went to that there's ways to combat homophobia and transphobia.
Why are you doing
That
this?
tweet doesn't do, but that wasn't what I was trying to do.
I almost poured
but I wouldn't
Coca-Cola
call
on
that
my
homophobic or
microphone.
transphobic.
Even this all excitement.
Well, you're playing with.
It's true.
Someone in chat said it. Is that? Would you say it is or no?
Well, I don't. You know, like forcing me to take a side on that.
I can't really talk to you about it unless I know.
Well, I'm trying
otherwise
to.
it's like
Well,
this-
hold on now. Now I'm trying to explain to you the considerations here that I'm going through as I think aloud in a close case. Like it's kind of unfair, you know, for you to be like, tell me
Yes,
whether
alright.
you think it's homophobic or not. You know,
You're being so unfair when I'm always being fair. You bastard. I'm the fairest lady in the land. See? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all? Easy. It's me. Ooh, resetting. Oh, la. Wait. I reset the chat in the name of justice. Oh! The chat, I accidentally moved it. I accidentally moved the chat! I accidentally moved it because I'm a old person.
oh, you must take a position on this.
Yeah.
Sorry, headphones fell out.
Okay.
But sorry. If you gave me the thing of like, I might need to think about that for a minute. That's fine.
But being old makes you a genius. It's the law.
I want you to understand the
the jungle.
considerations, though, right? Because it's not a question of whether you can label something
No, the quote is from 2022, actually.
homophobic or transphobic or not. It's you can't immediately give yourself a pass when you're playing
Immediately.
on something like, look, you know,
Basta.
you like guys now because you
Oh yeah? I am not patient.
like me. That can be interpreted as two ways. Like one is
Have you considered that you're a bigot? Have you considered this? Have you considered that you are horrible and that you should turn off the internet, stop cross-dressing, and give me all of your audience? Have you considered this?
look, there's the enlightened way, you know, that we would like people to interpret it as like, look, see, like you can be attracted to all kinds of different things and, you know, still be who you are and that still be okay. Or you could
The enlightened way.
get people to interpret it, you know, in the much more dangerous ways, like, you're gay, I fooled you, sort of thing. And that's bad, right?
Right.
And so like forcing
So being charitable, I will assume that is the worst possible thing that you did. Because I am charitable. Come on. Did you know this about me? Do you know how charitable I am? Do you?
me to say it's good or not ignores the very real reality that you're super close to a line that
Exactly. Asking me if you're bigoted or if you're not bigoted ignores the fact that you are maybe bigoted. Did you not consider this nuance? Have you not considered this? Oh, thank you. Now we are in Final Fantasy VII.
that is potentially going into dangerous territory, and staying on the right side of that's important because it's not, you know, you're not doing challenging somebody's views of like sexual attraction is all well and good and does some good, but you know, like
That's some good, not really any good. Challenging our beliefs about sexuality might do some good. I don't really believe any good at all. But you know, maybe some good sometimes.
the harm that's done is so much worse than the good that is achieved from that tweet only. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's also one other thing, because sometimes I get the vibe that you've, from the way people have argued for me,
Yeah.
it seems like you've got an idea of my content, which is not accurate. Like, I'm not trying, I've never been a political, I've never really tried to, you mentioned before in one of your streams that I don't really challenge people's beliefs, and that's for a reason. I'm more just general entertainment stuff.
Right.
I'm not out there trying to do bad, and it's nice when I change people's opinions, but it's not my main content focus. Like, I open fucking PO boxes that I get sent. Like, my main, like, 99% of my content is just me fucking around.
Sure.
This conversation has made it, this like discourse, I guess, has made it more focused on like trans issues and how my content would affect, how my content would affect that.
Sure.
But it's really not what I do, and I don't want you to have the opinion of me like I'm some champion of something, because that's what my viewers are saying. Where I'm just fucking around in my room. That's my
Well,
content.
yeah. I mean, unfortunately, you're doing content that.
But unfortunately, you're evil. Unfortunately, you're evil. And I will defeat you.
whether you want to or not, is going to affect trans people, right?
Yeah, usually it is. Usually the response I've had
You
is good. Maybe it's that I
transphobic.
get blocked
You transphobic content.
by everyone that think it's bad.
You transphobe.
But
Have you considered this? You transphobe.
you decided someone likes guys. We shouldn't be claiming that about someone else. I guess that's how absurd it is that's the joke. Like, it's like the absurdism sort of is the joke there. Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah, and that's why you hew so close to problematic content, right? So like,
right.
Yeah, but close is not it. So calling it, so in other words, the only thing that you have demonstrated is why calling it transphobic content is dishonest. Because you're now saying that it's close to problematic content. Ergo, it's not problematic content. Ergo, it's dishonest to call it transphobic. Like, there's no two ways about it. It's either transphobic or not. If it's close to being problematic, then it's not problematic because it's close to being problematic. So you cannot just call it transphobic. Because if it's transphobic, then it's not close to being problematic. It's just problematic.
so like,
Is it
so like,
maybe
yes.
not getting?
Well, it's
A lot of people mention the whole, like, the intention thing doesn't matter, the harm matters, and that's popped up throughout the whole stream, and I wanted to mention. So, would it cause harm?
Cross-dressing is not blackface. This one commenter says so is blackface. Cross-dressing is not blackface.
well,
That one tweet? And again, I don't want to say that your community speaks for you, but they're making an interesting
well,
point.
potentially in the context of everything, like you don't. I mean, unfortunately, you've grown, a presence off of your content that hews close to the line of, potentially like repeating transphobic tropes, even
And it's crossed the line in your mind a couple of times.
a couple times, yeah. So like if
Which ones would it cross the line on? The trans timeline, I think, right? There's one that you disagree with.
well-
Oh no, there's, now that I've explained that, maybe.
yeah, I mean, like, the discussion is okay. So hold on, I could pull up my list of things and go through them. But like, yeah, I mean, you have to understand that that it's an in context critique.
And no, all those texts in the chat about trans panic defense have nothing to do with this case. Because bigots will not care. Bigots will not care if Finster decides to write, I am 100% cis. Because they will still say, oh, trans people are this, So it's silly. It's silly, and I do not agree.
And a reality that, like, if you engage in the sort of I tricked you sort of thing,
Yeah, which she didn't.
You thought I.
I don't.
For the fifth
not really-
time. For the 100th time.
My content now. I've made a mistake recently where it would have been, but that's not really my content within the last
There
few
you
years.
go. Uh-oh.
Okay.
And I was
Well,
a much
yeah.
smaller streamer when I was. It's worth noting the last time one of those videos came out, by the way, like I was a much smaller. I've grown a lot more from not doing that than doing that.
Uh-oh.
So like.
Uh-oh.
You might have to forgive me on some stuff where I'll push for a direct answer on something because a lot of this stuff is so nuanced that I can't come away with it with a good answer. Like if I don't get like a maybe it's a me
Hold
thing,
on.
but it also.
Well,
Do you want me to-
no, I'm trying to like pull up my like list, but I can't because it's on Discord. So
There's a surprise under the skirt one. That was a
What?
gun.
yeah,
What's the problem with the Discord?
yeah, but you see,
But that is
I don't see.
see
both
what
get
you
that
see what
joke.
we're talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
Yeah.
just because your intent was that it was a gun, you're like ignoring that it could be interpreted in another very insidious way. That even if you didn't, you know,
Yeah, but we can't just keep thinking what insidious ways bigots will interpret us. Like, if we were worried about how bigots will react, we would all just go back into the closet, and that's it. If that was the baseline of behavior, you know, then everybody should just go back to the closet, and the bigots will be happy. Then the bigots will not misinterpret anything. Then there will be no, bad interpretation from the bigots. If everybody just goes back to the closet, the bigots will not have any ammunition to use. There you go. This is like the ultimate answer, isn't
like
it?
even like it see when you say but that was a gun, like you know, like you're missing the point. You know, like the defense there.
No, I made
the
the joke to make
defense
that
there,
joke. Like, you know, it's not like I'm not grasping that. Like, it's a clear joke that I made. And yeah, sure, I could see how that's seen that way. I think it's now that I've got to, like, that one tweet did really well that people are sort of picking apart older ones with the new like lens of like, could it be transphobic? I should. So the one point that is interesting that you vehemently disagree with Keffels, and I think there are a lot of people
Okay.
arguing on Twitter,
Alright.
is the whole like.
What's the point? Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Gigglers. Let's hear it.
If a drag queen, I won't say if a trans person made that argument, but if it made that joke, if a drag queen made that joke, how would it be different and why would it be different?
Well,
and I don't mean to be difficult with any of this.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not
no,
a
I-
So, are we gonna hear again that drag queens are caricatures? Is this where we're setting once more caricatures?
gotcha sort of question.
yeah, I mean the problem is Twitter is not good for like it's not good for nuance. The problem is people bring up the drag queen argument as if they're trying to show that I'm inconsistent, but that's actually
But it's not, because they're caricatures, right? My gosh. This would be a good time to walk back the whole caricature thing.
That's why I wanted to preface it because it's
they're being bad faith, right? Because
Bad faith.
RuPaul does transphobic shit, and people critique them on that basis all the time. The trans community does, and we get shot down just like all he'll make some changes and then do nothing, right? But and it also is exacerbated by the fact that he's a fucking very wealthy person, and thus is not under the same pressure as some people that are just doing it to survive in a homophobic and transphobic world, right? Like
not
like
RuPaul then, just any drag queen.
well,
If you
well,
reclassified me as drag queen, which wouldn't be hard to do.
it's still not super good to do transphobic shit. Like
What? That's what sort of an answer is that? So being a drag queen is transphobic and cross-dressing is transphobic. That's great. That's great.
Well,
Like-
would it be transphobic shit? That's the main thing. I want to.
Sure,
I want to
sure.
get that nailed down.
Sure.
Yeah?
Like, if like you
That's
were a drag
great.
queen and you leaned heavily into heavily
Into my
into like a
specific
trap
jokes.
thing. Yes. And made became wildly successful at it. That would be
Successful at it?
problematic. By the same token, I like tried to give myself in my own mind, what if you were a trans woman, like doing trap stuff? Would I have the same, and were as successful? Would my critique be all that different? And I don't know that it would. Like
But
it would
that's
be a
like
little
what trans
different.
People do. They make
Well-
ever since like I started noticing that be a big trend.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
there's like trans women just going like, "I'm a guy, and here's my titties." Like that's what the tweet is.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
not like
but
they
like,
don't, it's not like people don't make that joke.
well, no, but you have to distinguish
And is that-
between
that's-
like
is that okay?
you have to see this is trying to this is the problem with cis people.
Trying to trap me.
Like you don't really get it. Like
Oh,
like it's
Wait, Kefars is not cis. So you cannot just use that whole BS of the cis people just going in. Kefals is not cis. Kefals asked you this as well. So this is BS. Like, oh, you just don't get it. Well, there you go.
when
You're talking about a question that Kefals has asked you.
you're a small
what?
user on Twitter who is just expressing frustration or being edgy about the trans experience, or maybe be even dark because we're so heavily marginalized. Sometimes we sort of play into it. We're like, yeah, we make jokes to each other that like to the outsider would look transphobic, but it's
Is
not.
it like
you know?
that? I don't have the card. Is it that?
Yeah, you don't have the card. Like, yeah, yes, okay,
right.
yes.
What? Unironically, what?
Okay, yeah.
That's somehow a better way of explaining it.
Well, it's easier, but
Okay.
I mean, it stands for a principle that you're not going to understand, like why there would be why that would be a
I
difference.
guess Kefars is cis now because she asked this question as well. I guess she just doesn't get it. I guess Kefars just doesn't get it.
When it's other trans people, we can handle that in house. Yes. So
In
also
house?
true. But I'm trying to think if there were. See, the problem is we're so heavily marginalized. I'm probably trying to imagine a case that would never happen. Like I'm trying to think of a trans person who became popular on the back of like doing transphobic like content that's not like Blair White style shit. She's pretty well discredited and like. But she's still a trans person who is doing transphobic shit and becoming successful.
One thing, just so I can mentally separate something.
Yeah.
So I've asked. This is just a quick thing, but I've asked a couple times on specific tweets. Is this transphobic? This specific one, and I've
Yeah.
asked you for an exact thing, and you went, "Well, I don't know." But you will. I don't know if you're grouping me into like that when you say
I don't know.
doing transphobic stuff. Now we've sort of had a talk about it. I guess.
Okay.
Am
So
still in
now
that group?
I feel like you're trying to debate me. So let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it one by one.
Okay,
All right.
no.
Give me the.
Oh, you're trying to debate me now? It's on. The rest is gonna be debate. You're going to finally we debate. There we go. We debate now. It's a debate now. Let's go, debate. Let's go, you bastard.
Asked you for an exact thing, and you went, "Well, I don't know." But you will. I don't know if you're grouping me into like that when you say doing
Now
transphobic
we're debating, bastard.
stuff. Now we've sort of had a talk about it. I guess.
Okay.
Am I
So
still in
now
that group?
I feel like you're
Now we're debating. Shut up,
trying
debating.
to debate me. So
Come
let's do
on.
this. Let's do
Oh,
it. Let's
no,
do it
no,
one
no,
by
no,
one.
okay,
All right.
no.
Give me the tweet.
Oh, sorry, no, no.
Give me the tweet, and I will.
Give me the tweet and I will destroy you in the market board of ideas. I will destroy your butt. Come on, Giggler. Are you trying something against me? Yeah. Yeah, come on. Yeah, let's go destroy you.
I will.
No.
Oh yeah, fighting music! Fighting music! It's time for our fight! That's easy. Where is the music? I will play the best music. The debate is starting. The best boss music, okay? There we go. The debate is starting. Pa 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 pa. There we go. It's time.
I will.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All
It
right.
was like it's sorry. It can sound like a debate, but I really promise.
Oh, Genova team, okay. Isn't this a nice team? Isn't this a nice team? Okay, Genova team it is. Genova Batu team. There we go. Wah. But we have to do long. We have to do a long version. Is there a long version? There you go. This is the long version. Let's go!
That it's not. I'm completely
Yeah.
happy coming away from this and going like, I
Oh, no.
I learned some new information. Didn't realize that the weird 4chan thing was a thing, and that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like that.
Debate!
That almost makes me. If I knew that before, I just wouldn't. have
Debate!
joke. So that would have changed my opinion on it. If I knew.
I will destroy you!
There's already information I can come away with, then I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But I promise, I really am not trying to have a debate. It is not my thing.
Yeah.
But I do.
Well, too bad, because you started it. And now I will debate you. And now I will destroy you. Too late. Too late. It might not be your thing. First time for everything, I will destroy you now. Okay? There you go. Come on. Yeah. Let's go. You might not want to debate, but I sure as hell want to debate you now. You scumbag.
You should being called transphobic though.
Well-
That's my main thing. It's a personal
Well, then you want to debate. There you go. Scumbag.
thing, I guess.
Scumbag.
I know like where I fit into that in your mind. I know you've called me transphobic a lot, but we didn't get a chance to talk about
Well,
It's a debate now. Too late. You cannot escape. You're running away, little boy. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Dref. Thank you so much for being a real giggler. Thank you, thank you. Come on. You know? Understand my feelings. But yeah. So yeah, now it's time to debate. You can see it exactly.
well, okay, so here's what I'm
Coward.
gonna say.
You coward. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that you're a coward, that you're ugly, and that I win this debate. Come on. Pussy bandwagon.
Here's what I'm gonna say. And hopefully you'll take this for what it's worth. Like
I never
when
will.
you try to atomize things and you're like, tell me if this specific tweet is transphobic or not. Oh, you
How dare you do this?
misquoted me. It actually says this, and I was like,
Exactly. The fact that you're trying to be precise means that you want to debate. And I will gladly destroy you. I have destroyed more people than you have ever destroyed. Come on! Yeah. I will destroy you! Forever! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Do you want to be destroyed by me? Then be destroyed by me! I bet you want to be destroyed! I bet you is that the case? And if you want to be destroyed by me, then I will destroy you! Come on! We destroy our enemy in a debate of ideas on the market board. Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you so much. And if you like all this, then consider telling her to subscribe as well. Okay, let's go back to this debate. That is not a debate.
I'm trying to be fair. I'm like, well, that makes it a different case, but there's still these considerations. Okay, okay, what about this?
Are you being fair? It's a debate.
Tweet.
There is no fair in a debate. It's blood sports.
Like, I really don't want that to be the discussion. I'm happy to have that discussion because, but then it'll look more like a debate, and I don't know if that'll be super
Can you do
constructive.
that privately? If like,
Yeah,
if
sure,
it's
sure.
more-
You know what? I mean, like,
'Cause we can go back and forth on it.
my.
Oh, wait, chat? What's wrong with chat all of a sudden? I want chat to work. What's wrong, chat? Chat is supposed to be here. Okay, let me see. Timor Schul. Schul. Background color. There we go. Is it working now? Chat. Chatter. Sort. Test. Done. Testing, Gigglers. Test the chat. Boo, 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 boo. Because we cannot continue the debate before we do. What is your name on Discord? What is your name on Discord? Go to verify and it has the instruction. We have made the process easier. We have actually made the process far easier. My gosh. I don't know. Hmm. Let me see. It's not showing. Make me see. Air 255. What the heck? Gigglers. 255. 79. 79. And Gigglers 149. 149! Come on! 149. It seems stuck. Yeah. Okay. Wait. One more thing I want to change. Already sure? Twitch. All sure. Okay. It should show now. Is it still not showing? I have to... I don't know. I might have to do something. What's happening? I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Chat! Who? Who are you? Who are you? You rebranded? Who are you? Okay, I think next time it will be okay. Next time it will be okay, but we're not here for the chat, we're here for the debate. Gigglers. I can still see at you right. You can just do a voice call without having to be in a server. Wait, I will let you in the... Let me see. Yeah, let me see. What is your name on the Discord? So that I can... Are you Scrabby? Are you Scrabby? Air Nordic Nightmare? Scrabby. But for now, I'll just add people the roles. There you go. Let me see. Uh, Okay, we can continue with the debate now. It's Genova. It's Genova theme.
My door is open to you. You know, like
My door is open to you and I will destroy you.
ideas off of each other, and I'm happy to do that.
I will destroy you more.
Happy to do that.
It's interesting to know which ones get seen. So, for example, with the bunny suit one, the like, I've decided you like guys now. So I got no negative anything for that one. So this is.
I will destroy
That's
you.
why I ask a lot about it.
Yeah. Okay. Now that
know
does
how I
surprise
feel
me.
on
That
this one, but
does surprise
second
me.
point.
That does
Right.
surprise me because I can see why you would have right there. You know, like, you know, if I'm being ultra charitable, I'd be like, you know,
It
that's
seems to me that you want me to destroy you
the
in the market board.
of like changing people's
Yeah.
expectations, right? The problem is going to be the
Yeah.
context and everything else, right? You know, so like, it would.
Do you know what the context is?
be a
The context is
long,
my pleasure.
boring one.
The context is that the context is that I will destroy you in the market board of ideas. Did you know this about me? I personally think that you did not know this about me.
I think, for example, like we've at least.
Oh yeah?
right
Oh
foot
yeah?
here, you know, like it does seem to me that you have a real concern that you don't want to.
She just didn't want to push the debate because she knows that she would look really unreasonable if she pushed the whole "we debate now." I guess, you know. I guess she would look pretty unreasonable if she pushed the whole "we debate now" line. But from our perspective, we're already too late. It's a debate.
Want to cross the line, you know, you're open about the fact that like getting close to the line is good content. And I'm a content creator, so I'm going to be more open to that than the average person out there. You know, so you're talking to the right person, even if it doesn't seem like it.
I'm a content creator. I'm throwing bottles. I'm throwing shade. Let's go. This is me. This is me.
Some point where it's gonna be
It's me.
like I don't want to.
No.
I don't want to genuinely cause any terrible shit. But content. It's always gonna. It's if it's worth looking at, it's always gonna be at some point. Someone.
I will genuinely destroy you in the market board of ideas. Yeah.
dislike it and someone's gonna like it.
Yeah.
I was making Minecraft videos and it was the same shit.
I am the right person.
So like,
And if
yeah, and
I understand your feelings.
you know, the thing about saying, Polly, I want you to confirm I'm not transphobic. I'm not trying to be a bitch, you know.
I won't wanna be. I want you to confirm that you are Schindler's List. Like, what the heck?
By not saying, you know, you're not a transphobic
I'm always
person.
how you. I guess it's how you view me.
What is this conversation?
I'm trying to confirm that. I guess.
Okay,
I just want to know how you see me in this.
I view you as somebody who is the kind of person that I'm happy to like associate with and like work with, and I
What?
believe you're good natured and you can do a lot of good regardless of like you know where there might have been missteps in the past.
What?
It feels like there's a butt coming though.
No,
What?
Oh,
What?
okay.
that's it.
It's just
What?
no answer on. Do you think I'm transphobic? No.
Exactly. You are.
Do I think? Well, okay. So like,
I'm
we're all-
vain, man. I have an intense need to be liked. It's an intention.
You are ultra transphobic. More transphobic than my uncle. You are more transphobic than my uncle. And you know how transphobic he is? He's just as transphobic, he's almost as transphobic as you! That's how transphobic you are. You are just as transphobic as my uncle. And my uncle as almost as transphobic as you are. And this is exactly how transphobic you are. Does that make sense? I think this is perfectly reasonable.
Attention seeking.
There you go.
I gotta
It's
know.
important.
I gotta know.
Look. It's important to recognize that we live in a transphobic society, and that as a cis person, even trans people have internalized transphobia, right? You could.
And you have it externalized to the max. Just like my uncle, who takes cues from you how to be transphobic. It's a self-feeding cycle.
Someone put it really well, by the way, in chat just now.
Oh, let's see. Who said?
It sounds like Finn wants to be able to identify what is and isn't transphobic without the nuance of being trans in order to not say things that are in fact transphobic. Like
What?
that's a really, I don't know if you agree, but that to me that feels like a solid way of putting it. My desire is to know, I guess the simple way of saying it is where the line is, but like
Right. Well,
I sort of, at some point, I have to have a conversation with someone, and it happens to be you right now.
Yeah.
Of what is and isn't okay sometimes.
well, I'm gonna give you an analogy that I face. So, like, I just really don't want to be racist, right?
Analogy. An analogy. He says an analogy. I can't believe, what is this? Debate? Analogies is when you do debates.
You know, don't ever, I want to do
Wait, analogy is something you do when you debate. Aha! So we are debating after all.
racist shit.
Analogy.
But unfortunately, we live in a white supremacist world.
Analogy is when you're an idealist. But an idealist is when you debate.
And I have like white supremacists. We all do. I promise you, we do. And so like, and we don't know the experience of people of color. Even though I'm, a person of color, like I look like a white person, and that carries a lot of privilege. And so like,
Wait,
sometimes
what? Sorry, what?
we don't know the experience of people of color. Even though I'm, a person of color, like I look like a white person, and that carries a lot of privilege. And so like,
Wait, poly people is a person of color? Who is poly people? Wait, what? Poly people is a person of color? What? Explain to me. Please explain to me.
sometimes
Spanish people are not people of color. What? Spanish people are not considered in Europe to be people of color. Huh?
you're gonna make mistakes.
Spanish people consider themselves to be people of color in the US. What?
That are, if you will, are technically racist. You could be, so like I would
Well,
love.
she didn't specify or anything. Is being Jewish considered by her to be a person of color?
To have a set of rules that I can follow, but unfortunately, the way unjust hierarchy works.
For that? No. I mean,
That's the cis
I don't know enough
hetero
about to talk
white
about in all fairness.
normative. Yeah, I mean that's That's the sweet siren song of cis hetero white normativity, right? Come on, it's
bliss.
real
You should try
easy.
it.
It's real easy. Well, I try
Right.
it, but I keep fucking up. So like now I just have to admit, just like other people, I know it's super hard for people to admit that they make mistakes, and it's super hard for people to be like, yo, I just did something racist, and
What?
and I feel like I'm anti-race. I feel like I'm proud of the like diverse community that I've cultivated, but like anybody can fuck up, and so it's better to like
Yeah, but you didn't say he messed up. You saying that his whole content is transphobic. There's a difference between messing up and your whole content is transphobic. What? What? Yeah, right?
this is just from me to you, as somebody who wants to do good, it's better just to assume you're always at risk of doing something racist or transphobic, so that you're willing to listen to like the community. It just makes, I gotta tell you, it makes you feel like a better person too. Like it's hard to accept at first, but like
Yeah, there are Spanish people of color, but being Spanish does not equate to being a person of color, is what I meant.
being open to the plight of the marginalized, it's tough, and it does cause you to feel like shit sometimes. But once you get through the other side, you feel like a better person. Like you feel like grown.
The more point is it's not like I'm trying not to. Like I think I said before, it's not like I know the right and wrong answer and I'm choosing the side that is, like it's not like the problem is that the nuance with it is there isn't really a right or wrong answer, and everyone in chat saying the point is the nuance. But like you said, it's a tweet. There's no nuance in a tweet. It's really
Right.
fucking
Well, like
that's why.
that's
well, I
why
don't
you get
think there's
paid
an
the
answer
big
there.
bucks. That's why you get paid the big bucks. Like you got to somehow in a dog shit.
The
Like,
big
Twitter.
butts?
what's that?
Yeah, not from Twitter. I don't find the big bucks.
Well, I think you know what I mean. Like we're all trying to grow our platform, and it's not easy to avoid harm on a platform like Twitter when you could potentially touch the issues of people from heavily marginalized communities. But I believe in you. I believe
I guess.
you're going to be able to sort of,
Oh,
when possible,
Yeah,
avoid
that's-
that.
so that was another thing. I was going to lead on to that before, where so my content can't just be politicized. Like I speak about trans issues quite a bit whenever they come up, really, when I'm not bullshitting around. But like I do speak about that a good bit. I appreciate that I'm not as knowledgeable as I could be, but I try and learn as much as I can, and then so
I will help you with pleasure. Wait, are you on a European server? Tell me what your server is. Tell me everything about yourself. Yep. And join the FC. Join the FC. Please join the FC. Come on, Giggler, join the FC. Join the family. If you join the family, then it will be like you know what I mean? Yeah. Omega. I am on Omega, of course.
So the thing for me recently was the charity thing. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter. The last few months
I
of
saw
setting
everything.
up a-
I saw everything.
running, like a
And I'm not
organization, but I'm
pleased.
the head of like it's a whole company. And doing that, I've been setting that up for the past few months, and that was like
But that's true. Shall we go to the premiere?
like I think
Everybody, shall we go to the premiere now?
most of my content is not
Premiere is actually a really big thing. The premiere is like a... The premiere is actually a very important video. I have to share it everywhere because it's like a very big video. It's the... Kidology one. Oh, this is a big premiere. Okay, we need to go to the premiere. I copy link because this is my... I'm so proud of this premiere. Let's go. I press pause. I press end stream. And let's all meet on the premiere. What do you say, Gigglers? What do you say? Please, thank you. Giggles, please, thank you. What job are you taking? Okay, let's go. I will link you to the best Discord when it comes to the game. Oh, okay, okay. Don't skip story, remember? Okay, let's go. I start and stream.